8.
I know. I feel like
They'll go mad. They'll go mad. They'll be like, lady, where are you?
Yeah. It's looking very nice with your lights.
Oh, thank you. Like I said in the chat just then, it's just Wilkinson special. I think it was an after Christmas, January sales, £2 for Christmas lights.
Yeah.
And then these ones, these have run out of battery, but I've got flamingo ones as well. Can you see my flamingo?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But they've run out of battery. But they just
I always found, like, I've bought them a couple of times, like to go across the mantelpiece, like, well, when I had one, I don't now, but when I had one, for like your Christmassy type thing, and then they never seem to last. They don't last the whole of Christmas. Like 2 days later, they're already starting to look fainter. I'm like, it's probably because I just bought really crap ones or something.
And if they're like Poundland ones, then yeah, they're
yeah.
But I bought them. They're all right. I can't like the flamingo ones. I got them for Christmas off my mum, so they're from Amazon. And to be fair, they lasted quite a long time. I didn't turn them off for about a month, and they lasted. So I just need new batteries. But they're cool. I love them. In fact, I think I've got 3 sets of lights in here. Yeah, because these ones aren't on. I don't know how to turn them on. Maybe down here. I don't know.
Somewhere there. Somewhere. Yeah, I watched a video earlier on, and I was like, oh, because you seemed like really down at first. When you came back from being out, you'd seem to boosted loads, like in that space of time.
Yeah, I think it was whenever I stopped. So like I stopped for a coffee first of all because I already felt tired even though I'd been sat on the bus. I got off the bus and then I was like, oh, I feel not like tired, not like I wanted to sleep, but I was like, oh, I could have another sit down. So I sat down in the coffee shop and they had like really nice comfy sofas in there, and I just kind of like slid back and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay here for a while. But yeah, like obviously the shopping was great, but if I stopped, like when I was waiting for the bus and the bus was an hour late, and I could feel myself getting really like, oh god. But distract yourself with shopping, innit?
Yeah, distract yourself is good. Yeah. It works. Yeah, I had a bit of a traumatic day yesterday.
Oh no. What now?
The wheel fell off the wheelchair. Yeah.
No.
That was, it wasn't just the trauma of it falling off. It was the whole, like, trying to sort something out.
Yeah.
Passed from pillar to post and nobody seemed to want help. And that, like, I can't even talk about it because it still makes us upset. Like, the fact that, well, it partly makes us angry, but it partly makes us upset, if that makes sense, because it makes us feel different. You know what I mean? And like, yeah.
Well, again, that's another part of your like independence that
massively. And now I feel like I've lost confidence. You know what I mean? Because
I'm
now going to worry. And I used to worry about stuff. Like extreme. I'll be coming down a bank and the airlocks will go off and I'll end up in front of the traffic. And I used to do that sometimes.
Planning which tree you're going to crash into.
Yeah, exactly. I'd do that. But then I went out last night because I was going to go out to watch the sunset, and without the sun, obviously. Who needs that bit, obviously? Yeah. So I thought I'll go to Thompson Park because it's like 10 minutes from me, not even that probably. So I'll go there, go around here, and then go down by the stadium, and I can see up the river. So that's probably the best place to take a picture if any sun did happen to show up. So I went to Thompson Park. There's like some wooden carvings in there. So I went around one bit, went around the other bit, and I heard this pop and then something fall. And I was like, what's that? And I kind of looked sort of sideways and then tipped sideways because the wheel had gone. So then I was like, you know, because I thought I was going to fall.
Yeah.
But because there's like the battery underneath is huge. Like, so it landed on the battery at the back. But so the opposite wheel that it fell off, the front one was up in the air slightly because obviously it wasn't hitting the floor. So, yeah, I was like, then for some reason, my son, who's the worst person to ring in an emergency, I rang him for some reason. I don't know why, you know what I mean? And he was like, but I knew I shouldn't have rang him, but you know, so then I kind of thought, oh, well, I'll ring adult services because that's how I got the wheelchair in the first place. I rang them and then eventually got the wheelchair, right? So I'll go through them. They were like, oh, well, you know, you'll just have to get your family and friends to help you. And I'm like, there's no wheel on the wheelchair. Like, how are they supposed to, like, help? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, what are they meant to like lift you and the wheelchair and like
Yeah, exactly. And she was like, well, I don't know what else to suggest in this situation. And I went, but the wheels were replaced a week ago, so they obviously haven't been put on properly, because if they were, it wouldn't have come off. So she was like, well, I don't know. So she says, well, who put your wheels on? So I told her. So she says, well, I'll try and get hold of them. And in the meantime, my daughter, David had rang my daughter, who was messaging us like to ring her. So I rang her and she came with like tools and that were her girlfriend, you know. And I'm like, don't know what you think you're kind of doing, but like,
just
and
hit it.
Hit it, yeah. So. I mean, the wheelchair weighs a ton anyway. Without me in it, my daughter tried to move it once because it's got airlocks. You can unlock, you can turn them off. So she turned the airlocks off once and tried to move it, and she could literally move it in a circle. It doesn't. It's so heavy, it doesn't go anywhere. It's like solid. So I'm like sitting in the park. It's getting darker. This crow's laughing at us in the tree, and I'm sure it was laughing at us, you know. I swear.
Ooh,
And I'm like having visions of being locked in the park because, like, you know, thinking the parks get locked and stuff. And the woman phoned us back and she was like, no, I've spoken to Ross Care, who are the ones that did the wheelchair, look after the wheelchair supposedly. They don't do roadside assistance. They're not insured to. They can only look at the wheelchair if it's in your house and you can't be in it either. So I'm like, hold on, I can't walk. I have no way of getting out of it. I've got no wheel on. I'm in a park. It won't move because I've got no wheel on, because the power is through the back wheels, and it's the back wheel that's come off. Like, I daren't move, so I was tensing because I didn't dare move in case I knocked myself out of it.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I don't know, is your daughter there yet? And I was like, no. Then I said, and then I kind of thought, off the wheel hasn't come out off, and I've just fell in a hole, right? I don't know why, I just thought it. But I was kind of like, it's like the wheels just fell in a hole, and I'm like reporting the wheel. But I definitely heard a pop and I heard something fall. So I'm like, no, it's definitely come off. But I thought, I can't see because I couldn't look round. I wasn't carrying my camera, but you know what you don't think. And like I could have just put the camera around to look, but you know what I mean?
But you're kind of thinking any movement right now.
Yeah. So I was kind of like, but I don't know what to do anyway. So she went off, and then the bloke phoned us from Ross Care. They were like, well, you know, we're not insured to come out to you. I don't know what to suggest. She's like, you know what I mean? And I says, well, look, I can't get home without help. The wheel needs to get back on. I don't know what else to suggest myself. But this has always been a figure because I knew there was nothing, no plan. You know what I mean? I knew there was nothing in place for if anything happened. So it had always been a fear anyway. And so he went off, and this woman came around the corner and seen her coming towards us, and there'd been no one about. So I said to her, to her little dog, who was lovely, so he was like wanting to stroke, and I'm thinking, please don't go anywhere near, I don't want him getting crushed, you know what I mean, or something. And so she pulled him back in that, and then I said to her, will you see if my wheels come off? And she was good. Yeah. So she went, it has. And I was get like, okay, thanks. I just thought, well, I need to confirm that it has. And then the phone rang again, and it was the woman from the adult social care who was get like, I don't know what else to suggest to you. I think, do you want us to ring the fire brigade? I think that'll have to be the only thing we can do. And I was like, right now, and Laura was coming around the corner then. I was saying, I'm coming towards us. And she went, do you want us to ring? And I says, I'll ring. I said, my daughter's coming. So I just went off the phone to her. And Laura got there. And obviously she bought the tools and that. And they went to see if they could find the screw. Because obviously it must have come out somewhere. But there was it wasn't in sight anywhere. Hi, Ian. I'm just telling you traumatic stories. Traumatic stories. But anyway, so they couldn't find it or anything. So then to try to ring after she said ring the fire brigade, Laura's partner rang the fire brigade, who were like, well, it's got nothing to do with her. She'll have to go back to social services.
What?
Yeah. So rang social services again. She says, well, I'll ring them. That's what she says. I'll ring them then. She went off the phone to ring them. Then the ambulance service rang us to say, right, we'll come out to you, but we're, obviously we've got an emergency, so you could be there a couple of hours or so. It's really busy. And I was like, right, okay. But I said, but I don't see the point in the ambulance coming because I'm not injured. I'm fine. Obviously, I'm a bit panicked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not like a medical thing.
But yeah, I said, but you can't get us out of this. Like, how do you get us out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you let us worry about that when we get there. And I'm like, well, why? Because that's another, 3 hours or so that you get here, and then no one can still do anything. So then he asked a few questions, like if I knew how much I weighed in the wheelchair and blah, 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 and whatever. And then he went off the phone and he was like, we'll get to you as soon as we can, blah, blah. I was like, right. And then the guy rang us again from Ross Care, who said, I'm going to try and contact, he said, I haven't got clearance to come and see, but he said, I'm going to try and see if I can get it from my bosses. So he went off the phone. In the meantime, the woman phoned us back again to see if I'd got sorted, see if my daughter was there and that. And I says, well, she is. I said, but, the ambulance have phoned us, but I don't see what they can do. And then there was a voice note left on my phone. And when I come off, when I rang it back, it was the guy from Ross Care who said to us, can you ring us back as soon as with like where you are, and I'm going to come out. I'm getting clearance to come out here. So yeah, he came out eventually. So I was there 2.5 hours. He came out. He said, he tried to make a joke. If I'd known I'd have brought stuff for a picnic, like it was nice actually. He was really nice. Don't get us wrong, he was trying to be helpful, and he went and had a look and he just went, Jesus. And then he took photographs and stuff. And then he said, right, I've got a jack. We'll go and have a look what we can do. So he came back out of his van with a jack and 2 bits of 3x4. Yeah. So he went back in, got come back round, tried to lifted the door. I can speak English. But then obviously he couldn't sort of hold what he was doing and push the wheel on. Luckily, like Laura was there and a girlfriend. So a girlfriend lied on the floor to try and push the wheel on. But he had to put it on at a certain right angle because it's got like a little nudge thing that goes onto the side. Anyway, it wasn't quite high enough. So yeah, to bring us back down. So I kind of dropped back down, which was a shock. And then he went back to the van, came back out with another couple of bits of 2x4 for whatever they are, and a box with something in that was solid. And then I was literally propped up. Laura was trying to stop us from kind of falling out or falling sideways whilst trying to pull the wheelchair over slightly. A girlfriend managed to get the wheel on, but like she was saying it was tight because like, and he says, oh, they are tight, like, you know, they're really tight, so that they kind of whack it on. Got it on, which was like, you know what I mean? He managed to like, he brought like other screws with him and that, screwed it back on, and he glued it as well, and then hammered it so that it won't come off. And then he tightened all the other ones up, because I said, will you tighten the other ones? Because I feel like, you know, I'm a bit scared now.
Yeah.
And obviously he left and we came back, and I was so nervous on the way back, because I just kept, like, you know, when you make moving, and then I kept thinking, even like every time I was slightly tilting one side, I was a bit more nervous, you know. Got back all right, and then this morning, well, at dinner time, I thought, if I don't go out in it, I'm gonna put myself off.
Yeah. So it's like getting back on the horse, isn't it?
Yeah. I went out, but I never went anywhere other than around the doors, and I'm like still quite scared about it. I've made a complaint though, on the fact that she obviously didn't put it on right, because otherwise it wouldn't come off. The guy wouldn't see anything, of course, because, like, you know, and because Laura was good. Well, she's obviously not put it on right, and he was like, oh, well, I don't know about that, and I'm like, well, yeah, because you can't, because, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But the supervisor I phoned up and complained, and the supervisor phoned, and then he rang us back as well, and he was like, you know, if you need anything, if you want to check in every time, just come and like give us something. And yeah, you know that this was wrong, because like, I mean, obviously, luckily I didn't fall out. Luckily I wasn't on a main road when it happened, or on a bank or something, because yeah, and that's what freaks us out, because I've been round here, but it's all flat, and I'm supposed to be meeting my friend tomorrow in Tesco, and I can feel the rise of panic, because it's two banks. It's a bank up and obviously back down to come home, and crossing the big road, as I always call it. So yeah, and just the fact that I know I'm bigger and everything, right? But it shouldn't make any difference. And I know I'm so grateful for the wheelchair, because it's given us that lease of life. But then you would think that there'd be something in place for if something happens like that.
Yeah,
I can't be the only person outside to break down. And if someone has, you know what I mean, someone who was maybe elderly, or if they didn't have any like close family or whatever, like, to come and help them like that, like, it just annoys me.
I mean, it does seem crazy, because it is a motor vehicle, so there should be some kind of assistance for that.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
And it frustrates us. Then it makes us feel a bit like, oh well, that's, you know, it's me, because I'm different, like, and that fucks me off, that I feel that way. Do you know what I mean? But it just I don't know, because it's obviously they provide it. The wheelchair belongs to them, but they were like, well, you know, it's just given to you. There's nothing else. You know, we don't do anything else. I'm like,
no, that's bollocks.
Yeah, and then they use Rosscare to check it over supposedly once a year, or once every 6 months if you use it quite often. And obviously, yeah. When I complained, and I complained to both. I complained to like wheelchair services, who were kind of like, they were the ones who were like, well, we just sort of give it to you, kind of thing. Yeah, and I said, but it belongs to you. And I says, there's nothing in place, you know what I mean, for if something happens. And I says, I can't be the only person that ever, you know, that anything ever happens to outside of the house type of thing. And it's just really frustrating. Like,
yeah, because there's got to be situations where, you know, someone's got, I don't know, the wheel stuck in a drain, or they've run out of battery, or they've clipped someone, and, you know, like there's got to, it is a motor vehicle, there should be something for it.
Yeah,
that's just insane.
That's what I mean. It's like, it's frustrating, and then all the past to pillar to post, and no one seems to know what to do, and no one seems to want to do it or listen or whatever. And I ended up just feeling shittier, like sitting there, you know what I mean? Because, and then I thought to myself, even if I was of normal size, right, for instance, and the wheelchair was a smaller wheelchair, whatever, right? Like, even if that was the case, it's still something that couldn't be, like, friends and family still couldn't have pulled the person home. Do you know what I mean? Without a wheel, for instance, if it was the wheel, it's not that simple. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
And also, what if it was someone like that, didn't have friends and family to call, didn't have anyone that lived nearby that could come around?
Exactly. So yeah, that was my yesterday.
Wow. Well, that sounds proper shit.
It was, and I was kind of like that. Yesterday, I was contemplating. I was trying to make jokes about it, like being locked in there and stuff. But obviously, I was hurting, and I hurt today because I've tensed a lot. But also, like when they were trying to put the wheel on, I kind of got tilted forward a little bit, which put pressure on my knee, and my knees are perfect essentially. So yeah. Yeah, Mike's saying that he can relate because he would have the same problem. Hi, Ian, by the way. Sorry, I was kind of...
No. I went quiet to allow you to speak, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the general gist of what's happened. Whereabouts did it all happen?
Thompson Park.
Right. I say right like I know where that is, but...
It's the closest place to us. It's like, 8 minutes away, probably.
Right.
And I don't have to cross like any of the bigger roads or whatever, but even still, like sometimes I go on an angle slightly because like some of the roads are not, or the pathways are not straight. So if I'm like on an angle, and if I was on an angle doing that, I would definitely fell out, because if the wheel had come off then, you know what I mean? It just happens to come off as I turned, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, freaky as I was like, when you cry and then you're like thinking, like I rang my daughter and I was trying to like stay calm because I didn't want to sort of thingy, but like I was getting like hello, and I just sort of calm myself down, and then she was get like, yeah, all right, Dave. It's just then I went, no. Like, when you like sort of thingy, and then I kept like between joking, like sort of getting upset. It's just frustrating, like really frustrating, because like it's always like something, and I just didn't want to. Well, obviously I went out because I didn't want to like not like get stuck in, and I'm determined not to end up being stuck in. I'm hoping if I keep like just going out, eventually the fear will go again.
It will. It will, definitely. I mean, Sylvia had a very good point there. Like, on the positive, it's something that you've worried about, and now you've confronted it. You've had to, and it was shit, and it was handled really badly. But that's it done.
Yeah, but then obviously you have like that fear, and the daft thing is, and I says this to my daughter. I said, when my daughter came over today, and I said, if I knew she'd never put the screw in, I'd feel better. I know that sounds daft. I'd feel better because it was a fault that she'd done, and if now he's put the screw in, it'll be fine. Does that make logical sense?
Yeah, totally.
It's like, if the screw was in, I feel more nervous that the screw could have been in. I mean, he's glued it and hammered it and all sorts. He said there's no way that, he said they'll have trouble taking it off when they go to change the wheels again.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's what he said. And he did tighten every single one of them up, which, considering I had them for a week, I thought shouldn't have been loose anyway, really.
Well, there you go. That's your proof then, because you've had it for so long with no problems.
Yeah.
The wheel's worn out. You need another one put on. She put it on. She obviously put it on wrong. Obviously has. Because for you to go out a couple of times and this happened, when you've had it for so long with nothing happening, just shows that she must have done something wrong. See, never trust women.
I know, because it's kind of like, I don't want to say that. Because when she came, I kind of thought, oh, it's a woman. But then I thought, don't be sexist, Lenny. Do you know what I mean? To myself, like, she could do that. I'm sure she was trying a little thing, but clearly not. Clearly she can't.
No, tell her to go home and do the ironing, for God's sakes.
Yes.
In the interest of
Tell her to know her place.
In the interest of personal safety, I'm not going to get involved in that conversation.
Probably very wise.
Yes. I mean, I know, Lainey, that and Lex may have well been part of the conversations we've had about it, but we've joked about it. Like when you got stuck in the snow and all that, and thought you were going to be towed home by the fire brigade. I think it was just an excuse to get hold of a fireman. Anyway, but we've said it.
Big hose.
Well. Slide down your grease. No, and so yeah, and we've said in the past, that it's horrific that there is nothing in place really. I mean, there's all types of these scooters about, and there's elderly, and people of different disabilities, and different things going on, and but that would sound horrible. There's kind of and I apologise for this in advance, but there's kind of a business idea, isn't there? Really, there. That somebody should set something up, really, that puts something in place. It's kind of like, we'll just produce them, and we've got somebody to service them, and just, let them get on with it. We sold it, we're not bothered about what happens after that, and that seems to be the case, unfortunately, which, obviously is wrong. But
the thing is, like, they own it, I don't own it. It's like,
precisely.
Do you know what I mean? Which, like, I mean, I'm grateful for, do you know what I mean? Because I couldn't afford one of them. They're like 10 grand. You know what I mean? It's not a cheap thing,
Yeah.
And so obviously I'm grateful for that. But to be kind of like say, oh, once that happens, it's just you. It's a bit weird.
You'd think they would want to maintain it, wouldn't they?
Well, they supposedly hire these people for like to maintain it. And I'm as far as I'm aware, they do it through the NHS somehow. I don't know how, because he said we're not insured for that.
It probably costs the NHS a fortune, like most of the things the NHS get, and nobody ever questions it, checks it, or
Well, apart from everything, like when I was in hospital, they got all sorts of equipment, hired all sorts of things to help us, but then they would get left there. And they were on a weekly hire thing. And they'd sit there for weeks and months. The same with that hoist thing they bought, hired, I should say, that the doctor decided to point out costs £500 a week. He went, do you know that costs £500 a week to hire that for you? That's what he said. Yeah.
How much do they cost to buy then?
Well, that's what he said, but I never used it because it was there for 4 months in the room that I was in, and then I went into the ward and they couldn't take it into the ward. But the worst thing is, it probably still sat in that room even after I left, and I never used it. So they brought it in supposedly because I needed it, but never did need it.
So it's up to you then. So they're wasting £500 a week
and
on
they
something that you didn't
did
need.
that with commodes. I tried so many different commodes when I was like first up in work. I tried about 3 different ones, and then there was in the side rooms there's like a wash basin bit as you come in, and then you go into the side room. So I think this was the 8th week I was there. I tried these different commodes, and then they just sat there being charged whatever it was a week for now. And it was the same with medication. So they'd prescribe us something. So I got like eczema. So they just prescribed us hydrocortisone, and then and then it cleared up, but then I kept getting it. And then I had Senna once because I had upset, I was constipated, I suppose. And then they prescribed Senna in some Movicol or wherever it was. And then that they kept sending it even when I didn't need it anymore. It was ridiculous at times.
The amount that must be wasted.
Oh, Lord. But apart from the fact that they have to order through NHS websites and stuff. My friend she used to work for like 3 doctors, so like she was like the top secretary for these 3 doctors out of her group, if you know what I mean. And used to frustrate her because they'd have to order whatever parcel tape or whatever tape it was off the NHS website, which would cost £10 a roll, and she could get it for £1 a roll in the pound shop.
Yeah, it's disgraceful.
Just absolutely, she hated it.
And when you think as well, you know, those things that you had in your room, you know, that's one person across the UK.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I mean, not to say you're not worth it, you know, but you know.
No, I know, but like
picture, you know,
you could times that by pretty much everyone that goes in. There's probably something, some sort of wastage. Do you know what I mean?
And like Kath says, like the hospitals don't own this equipment; they lease it.
Yeah.
Now, the people that it's leased from, I bet they didn't pay. Like say that hoist thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it cost them 10 grand or something to make and supply that or whatever.
Yeah.
I bet I mean, it's business, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know,
it's absolutely mental. Well, you would think because it's the NHS that there should be a limit, there should be a cap that they're not allowed to go above and beyond. Do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be
they
allowed.
can't charge
Same
more
with
than
medications.
yeah. You know, like they can charge up to 10% more than its retail value or whatever. You know, they can make that much profit.
Yeah.
You know, no, it's disgusting. Yeah, you know, a ream of paper costs £16, and you know, can get you some from Tesco for £2.
Exactly, it's ridiculous. Absolutely. Right, I'm going to say some hellos because I haven't, and I apologise, people. But hello, Rebecca, Mandy, Sylvia, another Mandy. I was saying another Mandy.
Another Mandy.
Hi, Chris and Chrissy and Kath and Moira and Richard and I don't know if I said Sylvia, and Stu and Laurel and Mike and Shiv. Hello, Shiv. I haven't seen you for a bit.
I was going to say it's been a while since we've seen Shiv.
And Cassie and Elaine. And sorry, I haven't read any of your responses. Like, it's really bad. And Vivian and Jason. All right, am I back to the bottom? Oh. Yeah, Mike says, when I was in hospital for 3 months, they hired a bed at £138 a night, and I had it for 108 days.
And I bet that bed probably would have cost them nowhere near that, innit? And why do they have to hire it? You know, why can't the NHS just own that bed? Why do they have to lease it out in the first place? Crazy.
Oh, and one more Mandy. Hi, one more Mandy. Chris is saying when his dad was ill, the doctor told him to go to the charity shop and buy a walking stick because they wouldn't give him anything.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's full, isn't it?
Jeez.
It's like when that doctor told us like how much stuff cost. It was just like, it was such a knobhead. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally. Perhaps the thing to do is go around on Robo Bitch with your head already stuck in a section of a railing. If you have a problem, the fire brigade will have to come. All right, that looks good, Stu, wouldn't it?
Stu, please don't give her any ideas. She has her own. You know, we don't need.
I wonder where I can get a railing.
Oh God.
Be quite the fashion statement, wouldn't it?
No. It's just,
it's crazy. But also the doctor that said to you, like, oh, it costs this much to have, like, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you what it costs, because the point is the NHS is free at the point of use, and that is to anyone, to the richest people, to the poorest people, and everyone should get treated exactly the same. And what something costs shouldn't matter. Like, you shouldn't have to care about what. That's like saying to, I don't know, a cancer patient, by the way, your, chemotherapy costs this. Well, it doesn't matter. If that's the thing that is going to make you better, it shouldn't matter how much it costs. And you shouldn't be made aware of how much something costs, because then you have some kind of guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, everyone is entitled to whatever care from the NHS, because that is the point of it. You shouldn't have to care about how much it cost. Bloody awful.
Yeah, I had a doctor say it was once, not that I was meant to hear, but what did I go in for? Cellulitis. I went in with cellulitis, Kieran Seniors and that. My sister had, I was really not well actually. My sister had put a bottle of Oasis and a cereal bar on the side, and I hadn't actually ate for a couple of days, which is unheard of with me. And he came in, picked them up and went, full of sugar, like that, right? And then he went out, he had his understudy with him, said a couple of things to me, then went out of the room. But the nurse's place was right by where I was. And he was speaking to his understudy and went, lost cause, that one. Yeah, I was fuming. Absolutely. But when you get so angry, I was crying so much, and I phoned my sister. I was trying to calm myself down, and she was telling us to make a complaint and that. So the nurse and sister came in, so I spoke to her, and so she was oh well, I'll make sure he doesn't come in tomorrow, or if he's doing rounds and stuff and whatever. And I was like, yeah. I said, I don't want to see him. Anyway, she went, I'm not in, but I'll make sure and all this. I was like, right. Guess who came in my room the next day? Him. And he didn't say a word. And he was standing there, and I was sitting in a chair, and I was getting more and more angry, thinking to myself, you don't know, do you? You really don't know. No one said anything, I think I just made it because usually I don't speak up. Now I do, but back then I didn't. You know what I mean? And I went, what you said yesterday, though I might not have been meant to hear, things like that, to say something like that to someone is absolute disgrace. And to call someone a lost cause, and he came over to us, and he was literally kneeling, holding my hand, saying how sorry he was, really
good.
Yeah. And I just I felt so good afterwards. I was like, yes. And I just thought, even if he would just, even if he'd have you know what I mean, accepted it, what's the word?
Kind of apologize.
Even if it made him think about it in the future, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know so many people think that food-related stuff, or any addiction, it's or whatever, but with food, it's always just the eat less, move more thing. Which, yes, but people don't
easier
take it.
said than done, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but my food-related issues stem from mental health. It's a mental thing. It started when I was a kid, you know what I mean? And obviously I have lipedema and lymphedema, which then adds to the issues that I have. So but yeah, it was really frustrating.
And there's also a lot of, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but there's also a lot of medications that cause weight gain. There's a lot of other health situations that cause weight gain. It's not.
Yeah.
A lot of people are under the illusion that somebody's of a bigger size purely because they eat McDonald's every day, or they have too much chocolate. And it's not. It's far from it.
There's this idea of oh well, then they must be lazy and just sit down all day and eat 17 cakes, and they're just going, give me all the cakes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone out there that's like that, is there?
Although if I do find a shop that sells chocolate orange truffles in the next week, I might end up, probably about 4 times that currently. But in general, yeah, there are exceptions to the rule, but yeah, it's just the perception, isn't it? And the way people are with it, and people judge, unfortunately, and it's like the saying, isn't it? Don't judge me until you walked a mile in my shoes, or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I know somebody who, with that wishing sound horrible, was pretty slim as a younger person and had sort of, you know, thyroid issues and other stuff going on, and is a bigger person now, you know, and no fault of her own. She's a very active person, you know, work wise and home life, you know, but yeah, it affects people in different ways. But anyway, I'm going to move on because I've got complete confusion, really, in that on Saturday night, Lex rang me and said, when you go out tonight, you've got to get drunk, which is what I did, to be perfectly honest.
Well, that's good. What's the problem with that?
Oh, God, did I get... Anyway, let's not go there. So, anyway, I got I think you sent me the original link, and then I tried to get on the original link and realised it was the wrong one, and then ended up on the second link, and then I can't really tell you what happened.
Do you expect me to remember?
And I don't really remember why the first link got cancelled.
Oh.
And I got some garbled message off Ginge the following day, and I was even more confused. I mean, I don't get hangovers, and I never have. Unfortunately, I feel tired, a bit like you, really. I feel tired and a bit hungry, but other than that, I don't get hangovers unless I have red wine, but very rarely I have it. But anyway, so I'm a bit. Saturday night's a bit hazy, so a little bit of clarification as to what kind of went on as much as you can without getting kicked off YouTube would be appreciated.
Well,
did you look at Willie's?
Yes.
Oh, did we?
No, you didn't. You weren't there at that point.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not something I look at normally.
I don't even know. Like, thinking about it now, I'm like, of course they were going to ban it. Like, why wouldn't they? Like, it just. But at the time, I was like, oh, you haven't seen Naked Attraction? Okay, then let's show Naked Attraction. So yeah,
and you watched Naked Attraction live, did you?
Yeah, we watched Naked Attraction.
Oh my God! Right, okay.
Might I add, is on YouTube, Mr. YouTube people. I used to streamed it from YouTube, and the guy had a tattoo of an elephant around his penis, and obviously his penis was the trunk.
Well, yeah, African or Indian.
Yeah, and it was funny because she got rid of the guy with the smart penis, but then was like, oh, it was because of the way he stood. I'm like, yeah, right, because it was the way he stood.
Yeah, that's a bit like somebody saying they like Aquaman for his eyebrows. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, that's true though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like a lot of the things were like, oh, they're weird to stand. You know what I mean? But then another people she was get like, oh, it's because they've got quite a manly stand. I'm like, you're just talking bollocks, really, literally.
Oh,
belly.
One of the two.
I didn't even know what I was thinking. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, well, just look at these penises. It'll be fine. And yeah, it wasn't my brightest of ideas. What happens when you have a drink? You just
well, as I say, what we talked.
Sharon was smashed. I'd drunk 3/4 of a bottle of port.
Well, I've been on the bay since 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and you've been drinking since 2. We've been drinking since 7.
I think we spoke about 1-2 o'clock. I only know because of the way my phone was set that I knew we'd actually spoke. And then I can't believe it. Lex rang me the following day and said, "Look, you didn't have enough to drink Saturday night. You need to have hair of the dog and have a bit more. So you're drinking more Sunday night." My liver's on the balcony at the minute, recovering.
I think you should have another pint.
Oh dear!
Yeah. If you were a proper Yorkshireman, you would.
Oof. Yeah, I think I know.
I'm laughing at Stewie said, I bet the elephant had a double chin. Maybe it was a cleft chin.
Oh,
jeez. Yeah, where on earth I thought that was a good idea, I'll never know.
Right.
Why do you think when you're drunk that it's like it's good to do these things? I don't even know.
Because you're drunk. And everything's a good idea.
Yeah.
So did Sharon like Susan's present? So
Yeah.
Then sorry, yeah.
Um,
Good.
Chocolate beans on toast with matching chocolate fork and knife.
That is genius. Did you eat it?
Yeah, she ate it. And then she got her, because she doesn't like seagulls, so she got her a seagull card for her birthday, and I got her a beans card because she doesn't like beans. Who doesn't like beans?
So what is it with people like? Well, I mean, like I can't say I've done the same. So I sent Susan a picture of my feet. People send you Cliff Richard. Like, it's the thing of sending things to people that they're not going to
like. I don't know.
I really don't. I don't like diamonds. Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't like. I don't like chocolate orange truffles. And just by the way, just mentioning it, I put it out there. December the 14th is my birthday. Just putting it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Jason Momoa.
You don't need any more, Jason. You got a 6 foot one.
I know he's in the passage. I totally forgot the guy came. Yeah, to do like some check of the windows or something, and I forgot he was there. And he was like, "Oh, I got a bit of shock. I got a bit of the shock when I went around the corner. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about Jason. Don't mind him. He's good. He's no bother.
Yeah, don't mind Jason.
Don't mind Jason. He's fine."
You can imagine him talking about it down the pub, can't you? Went to this woman's house today.
Sylvia doesn't like £20 notes.
Oh yeah, they're awful. Yeah,
No.
definitely don't send a box of them.
I don't like.
£50 are the worst. £50 are worse.
They're awful.
Yeah. They're too big. You know what I mean? They're just too big.
Yeah.
Danny from Rate My Takeaway gets sent tins of sweet corn. Guess why? Because to come out the same? I don't know.
Well, I'm guessing because he doesn't like sweet corn, and so people go like, "Oh, it's really funny."
I guess.
Oh well. You can always donate the sweet corn to the local food bank.
True. Fauna said she'll make you some chocolate orange fudge for Christmas.
Ooh.
She makes it so.
Tell Fauna I'm on my way.
It's not Christmas yet.
I know.
If she's making chocolate orange fudge, it'll be Christmas when I get there. Let me tell you. I like Christmas. I don't care. I don't celebrate Christmas anyway. So.
But you will if there's fudge.
Oh, you're bloody right. Yeah.
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 Nice. I do like fudge.
Did Lex tell you she's proper fancy and posh?
I am. I'm
posh now, are you?
I'm too posh for you guys now.
Yeah. It's just like, this is like the last time she's coming in. She's just coming to us. She's too posh and fancy.
Have you gone sophisticated?
I'm bougie.
Oh.
Very bougie.
Oh.
That's where you're flashy beyond your means. Is that right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. I was trying to work out. I know because my daughter uses it, but I didn't know what it meant. Because she had to get design a bag, and she was I'm bougie.
I'm so bougie. Yeah, it's like name dropping and everything. Yeah, totally. Now I bought myself a Cartier ring.
Oh, I see.
Very pretty.
Yes.
But you
deserve it.
I don't. I really don't.
But
I don't
know. Why? You make it the money. Why not?
Posh in this house is to get branded butter. I mean,
what? Oh, I love that.
What, Lurpak, you mean?
Get Lurpak. It's rich food, We usually get the oldie equivalent, you know what I mean?
What's that called? Allpack or something?
Norpack.
Norpack, yeah.
Norpack, yeah.
Oh, I just get Kerrygold.
I use Floralite.
Well, actually, I get not Olivia, whatever it is. Trying to be good, but I do occasionally get the odd Norpack or Lurpak here and there.
No, no, margarine is not good for you. You should just eat butter.
Butter.
Just honestly, like, because it's simple fats in it, and in things like margarine, because in butter you have your long chain fatty acids, which are good for you. Because that's animal, and we are animals, and we're used to eating animals, and we're built to eat them. But in your margarines, it's chemical equivalents, and you've got sunflower oils are not good for you. And we've been told for years and years and years and years, oh, but it's lighter and it's less calories. But it's not good for you. It changes your metabolism.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Just
like saturates is the bad one, isn't it? Saturates, and then
saturated fat is not bad for you. Obviously,
anything in any huge
saturates. Yeah, in moderation, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like there is no fat that is bad for you, because you need fats.
Yeah, I know you need fats, but there's like ones that like block your artery thingamajogs, isn't it?
No. It's honestly that it's just stuff that Weight Watchers has basically told us for years and years, like, oh, you can't have saturated fats, you can't have the rind on bacon. We are built for eating the rind off bacon. Like,
I only like it if it's like super crispy though.
Yes,
otherwise I can't eat it.
Same.
How Carla eats bacon the way she eats bacon, and you'll never know.
No, I can't look at her when she's eating bacon.
No, it's like she's just scared it in the pan a second. Like,
yeah, she might as well just be like chomping off a pig in front, wee, and she,
It's like my friend, they used to cook bacon in the microwave, and I'd want to be sick. I'm like, no, you cannot cook bacon in the microwave ever. It's not normal. It's got to be like crispy.
And you don't need to cook bacon in anything, because like bacon hasn't filled fat. That so you are cooking it in itself. That's fine. It doesn't need any. But no, none of this. No margarine. No diet stuff. No light, unless it's Diet Coke. That's different. Pepsi Max. Drinks are a separate thing. But don't have light cheese.
You see, Pepsi Max gives me the shits if I have like too many. If I had like a couple of glasses of it. If I have one, I'm all right. If I have more than but I don't know if it's IBS related, so
it could be.
I can't drink Pepsi Max. I don't like the taste, and I know you're either in you're either in the Coke or the Pepsi camp, aren't you? And I know there's a lot of people. I don't know. I can't do the taste, the saccharine sort of. But I don't like Diet Coke either. Whereas I'll have Coke Zero. I never really been a fan of Diet Coke. I can drink Coke Zero, but I can't drink full fat Coke. It's just no.
I'm definitely a Pepsi Max. That's the I can't drink any of your Diet Coke, your Roller Colas, your full strength Coke, Coke Zero. They all taste weird to me. Pepsi Max for the win.
I mean, to be fair, the more Jack Daniels have had in it, and the more times during the day I've had the Jack Daniels, what Coke it is doesn't tend to matter really.
Doesn't tend to matter, no.
But I do prefer Coke Zero. But
after about the 7th or 8th, you probably didn't even need the Coke that much, yeah.
Yeah, well, it does get less and less, as it goes on now. By 10 o'clock, you just sort of wave the camera on the top of it,
May says hydrogenated. Can't say it.
Hydrogenated.
That's the word. I.e., margarine is not good for you. Lex knows stuff.
Honestly, and also butter just tastes nicer.
Oh, but it does.
And you'll actually end up using less butter than you would margarine, because butter tastes nicer. You don't use so much. You don't need so much of it, because you can taste it and go, oh, yummy.
I used to make cheese scones, and I love cheese scones, and warm out the oven with Lurpak was like the best thing ever.
Absolutely.
But then I'm weird because I don't like Lurpak on toast, and I don't know why.
Yeah, that is weird.
I know, isn't it? Don't know why. I don't like the taste of Lurpak on toast. I can't work it out. I'm just weird. But my mum used to make bread, and I swear, that was just amazing.
Night,
Yeah,
Cassie.
Good night, Cassie.
Night, Cassie. Yeah, that was.
Butter is hard to spread.
Oh, you just leave it out under a.
Leave it out, aye.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I don't make margarine now. It's used as a. It used a platinum catalyst. It's just spread now. Oh, so they don't use the word margarine. You mean?
No, that's probably true. I don't think I've seen margarine. Yeah.
Yeah, flour spread.
Oh, Kelly, it's lush, isn't it? Honestly, salt and vinegar crunch. Oh.
I don't like salt and vinegar either. That's another thing.
Salt and vinegar is like.
You look all like offended by that.
No, but honestly, if you could, someone must do it somewhere. But the salt and vinegar powder that's on like crisps and stuff.
Mm.
If I could get that in a tub, I would just be there like.
Oh no!
I love it. I love that it makes you tingle and then it's sharp and.
No, and like if you ever see a kid with like, and then you turn around and they've got white lips because their lips are like discolored because of it. It's weird. I don't like salt and vinegar flavor.
Love it.
I like salted flavor, so it's the vinegar that I have issue with. But
love vinegar
like if I bought fish and chips, I'd just put salt on.
Oh no, I drown it. I could pour.
Like, people do like literally drown stuff, but yeah.
So I love vinegar.
We were talking about over the weekend when your mum used to make cake mixes. Well, obviously make a cake, but you get the bowl.
Yeah, and then you lick the bowl.
You lick the bowl, yeah.
And it's like all raw. But you still
I've had in years. Yeah. Well, probably 30 years.
Yeah. If your mum offered you a raw egg, you wouldn't go near it.
Oh,
but you'd be like, yeah, fine. Mm. Hi, Porky.
Oh yeah, Kath, chip seasoning. I've got these things, these powders from they're called Condomaniacs, and they do lots of different flavors, mainly bacon, so they can make anything taste like bacon. So say if you don't like your veg that much, so you do some roasted veg and you put this bacon flavor powder on top, and then your vegetables taste like bacon. It's magic. But they do like taco flavor and nacho cheese and stuff, and they're all so nice. Love them.
Nacho cheese.
Kind of a new startup business that was on Facebook recently.
What's that?
That company that you're on about.
Oh yeah, they were advertised. Yeah. I don't know if they're new, but
new within the last few years. I don't mean
yeah. Oh yeah, no, they've definitely pushed their social media marketing like recently over the last year, I think, because they market it as like ketogenic friendly and stuff. Like that's how come I found it, because obviously it pops up for me, doesn't it? Keto everywhere.
I love I love pork crackling, but like not. I like the crunch, but I prefer the proper crackling and the snaffling pig one, the salted snaffling pig one, especially when they have the bits of meat on that are like so. They're my favorite bits. Them, it's just like I wish I could just buy a bag of those, like the crunchy meaty bits that are like crucified on there.
See, I like the pork crunch ones, the puff ones, because I can't have crisps, and so that's as close as I can get to eating some crisps. So they're really nice with like melted cheese, like you use them as nachos. Oh, so good, so good. I might have to go and make myself a bowl of them in a minute. No, I can't. I've already had my evening snack.
What did you have?
I had some cheesies. I like cheese. Oh, and I had a keto donut as well with some jam and cream.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so good. So good. Just gently warmed.
Yeah.
Oh, really good.
Just what you need.
Yeah.
Mandy's daughter's lips swelled when she ate salt and vinegar crisps. I think that's a little bit for a lot, but they used to go so pale as well. It was get weird.
I had that today because my mum made it wasn't chili, but it was minced with like tomatoes and stuff with she put some chili in it, and by the end of it, my lips were like a bit red and swollen. But like, oh, I love that though. Like, I love the tingle, and I love, you know, oh, so good, so good. Oh, where'd you get those from? Which ones now? Like Snaffling Pig are really good, aren't they? They do loads of lovely flavours. Their honey barbecue is quite nice.
Yeah, I've had maybe it was honey barbecue. It was barbecue something.
And they did like, I think.
Is it like a dark red packet?
Yeah. Oh no, that's the maple one, I think.
That's the one I've had.
Barbecue, something like that. Yeah.
It's the donuts. She wants to know why you get.
Oh, the donuts. They're from the Kinetic Kitchen, and they are they do lots of different flavors. So they've got like chocolate fudge flavor and chocolate orange flavor, but the best ones are just the original ones. Honestly, just go for the original. Don't bother with the flavors, which are all nice, but the original are just the best. Just good old plain donuts. So good. And then obviously you can add your own stuff on top then as well if you wanted. But lovely.
Can we have a vote in the chat about how many people are hungry?
I know. I think everyone right now
talking about food now because
yeah.
I want
everyone's
food.
Probably going like, I wonder what I've got in the kitchen.
Yeah. In that secret hiding place, and then you realise that somebody knows where that secret hiding place is.
And they've stolen all the chocolates.
Well, I went to Holland and Barrett when I was in the town a couple of weeks ago, and they do like chickpeas, like absolutely love chickpeas, like roasted chickpeas, and they do dark chocolate covered ones. It's so nice.
Really nice. I have dark chocolate coated sunflower seeds. They're dead nice. They're nice with a bit of yogurt.
For them. And I had some of them, and I also got a couple of different other ones, but it's the licorice torpedoes. They do licorice torpedoes in there. I absolutely love them. And they have they've got no preservatives and colouring in them, so they're really like pale coloured, if that makes sense. And then it makes us think is the only reason they put colourings in them is to make them brighter, because the tasted lovely. So.
To attract the bees for pollen. Oh no, wait, that's flowers.
Yeah. I prefer chocolate peanuts to chocolate raisins.
Absolutely.
I like chocolate raisins. I do.
I like chocolate raisins, but I would go with the peanuts first. Having said that, I can't have that many. I love nuts, but I can't eat that many because, again, they have the same reaction as the Pepsi Max does. I just don't. Which is not fair.
It's just dead flies covered in chocolate raisins. I don't know why. I just don't know why people entertain it. Like Eccles cakes.
Eccles cakes.
Eccles cakes. They're just dead flies covered in pastry and sugar. Why do people bother?
Buy Eccles cakes.
I'm not a raisins fan. Does anybody? In case anybody hasn't guessed.
Right, I am going to have to go to bed.
Yeah.
But this has been a nice distraction from being ill again. Yay.
That's good. Well, hopefully you'll wake up feeling good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's just been, a few people have said that they felt really weird like the last few days and stuff, so.
Do you think it's reaction from becoming sophisticated now, do you think? Now.
Just what you kind of say, like weird people, posh people, and
posh people. Now you transition.
Posh people illness.
Yeah.
I'm just exhausted, darling.
Yes. Yeah. It should be off to the Priory for a week, and
Oh.
you know.
It's meant to be good in there, isn't it? They give you
Yeah.
loads of like drugs and stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
You come out an addict from that place, don't you?
Yeah.
You're going to get your face blasted. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
If you like.
What's it called? Buzzed.
Oh, the zapping.
Zapping. That's the word.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it zapped on Friday.
Yeah.
Exciting. But it'll mean I'll be for a while even redder. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be great.
I'm trying to reduce the redness. You know what I mean?
Yes, eventually. By Christmas I'll be beautiful.
You're already beautiful.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Kath said sand blasting. I was like,
Yes,
it's a bit harsh.
I'm just gonna take the face off.
One of them sand blasters.
Bring it out and then put it back on. Righto. I'll say
Right.
night now.
Right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Night. And then number 2.
And number 2. Has anybody else been on?
No. Ginge was spending time with family. Well, I'm calling her Ginge now. Obviously, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nicholas is away.
Again.
And yeah.
Well, if she's not allowed, I mean, you know.
Haven't asked anyone else, but if there's anyone in the chat who wants to pop in, give us a shoot, and I'll send you the link-a-dink.
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news.
Which is?
The bad news is I need to disappear just for a couple of minutes, but I promise you I will be back in a couple of minutes. I know it's bad timing, but...
You're going off and then you're coming back.
No, I'll still stay in the chat. Well, still stay my thing on. I just need to mute for a few minutes. So I need to go and do.
All right.
Okay. All right. Back in a minute. I'll be quick.
Okay. 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 So that's what Richard said. Richard said what? What did Richard say? What did I miss? Miss something? Don't know. Hi Tam. I'm not sure, Sylvia. I haven't actually spoken to her today. But yeah, she's understandably very sad. Which is understandable, obviously. But I have messaged her, but she hasn't replied. But I'm not sure if she's been on Facebook today or not. Yeah. But yeah, so last night was eventful, and he disappeared and never made it back. Oh yes, that was right. He did. he went AWOL for a while, didn't he? I'll tell you what. I'll put this link in the chat, and if anyone wants to pop in, then just click it and come say hello. But yeah, I remember when that happened the other day. Right, what's I got coming up this week? So I've got what day is it? You know when you just can't remember what day it is? It's Tuesday, isn't it? All right, so I'm meeting my friend tomorrow. I'm hoping like Robo Bitch is fine because, you know, can't cope really. I'm just trying to like not think about it going wrong again, but that's kind of hard to do, you know what I mean? And then on Thursday I'll have my photos of the week, which I must get organised so that I'm not end up doing a live last minute. I'll not be live on Saturday because I'm going back to just doing once a month on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday I've got my diet video, and then on the Tuesday James is doing the Banish bin, and depending what time he does is depending whether I'll be live after or not. Yeah, so that's the basis of it. Oh, and I need to make a video with regards to the raffle that I'm doing, but I need some help off my daughter this week to sort that out, but hopefully I'll have that up by Saturday this week, on Monday maybe next week. It depends if I get sorted, because I need to photograph the things I've got, get the photos from the people who have donated stuff, to put with the things that I've got, so that when I do like a live to sort of promote it, I can show some of the things, you know what I mean? That's the plan anyway. It should be good. I mean, I'm not actually doing the raffle until the end of October, but I figure if as soon as I get it up and get tickets sold and re-promote my calendar, because I need to sell the rest of them as well, and yeah, it should be all good. And we've got guess the year and run reseller run and all of those things as well at the end of the month, end of next month, sorry. Technically it's still August, isn't it? So end of the month after that. Yeah, but there's lots happening. I think I need to take a break after that. I think I might take some time off, because I've got ideas for another channel, so I'd really like to do that, but I need to learn how to do it. So there's that as well. So what's happening with all of you? What plans have you got? What things is happening in your worlds? So on and so forth-ish. Anyone? No one? It's really quiet in the chat. However, man, there's 35, 36 people, and I don't know whether my StreamYard's just stopped or if nobody's talking. Anybody? Nobody? Maybe it's nobody. Oh, I'm away at Barrack to see a friend on Friday, taking laptops. Thank you all that. That's cool. Very cool, Sylvia. You're decluttering. That's really good, better. Editing a Bootsy video, I'm going to try a normalish video and see how it goes. Very cool. You started some voluntary work. Oh, what kind of voluntary work, May? That'd be really good. Or you're just doing boring housework, bless you. Oh yes, it's your birthday, isn't it, Porky? Sorry, I needed to remember. I knew I was live on your birthday, but I totally forgot. Oh, and you can't have a drink because you're having a blood test tomorrow. Oh no. You have to have a drink after the blood test. Are you allowed to do that? Anyway, let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Porky. God, my voice is really bad, sorry. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! At the cathedral. Oh, that would be cool. I bet that's beautiful. we don't have a cathedral, and I thought it was always like you had to have a city. Bless you. I thought you had to have a city if you, yeah. So I thought you had to have a city if you have you were a city if you have a cathedral. Durham has a cathedral. Newcastle has a cathedral. I know we're a city. We don't have one. We have a minster, but not a cathedral. But we are a really big city, to be fair. Like when we were just a town, we were probably the biggest town, I think. But yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to meet my friend and try not to be scared about it. Oh, funny, innit? Oh, you Liverpool? Yes, of course you do. You have to. You're a big city. A huge city. I can speak properly honest. Yeah. We just have a minster, as I said, in the city centre. I photographed it before, ages ago. Maybe I should do it again when I go into town sometime. I don't freak myself out and not cross the bridge again ever. Sweet. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not funny, really. It just freaks me out. But yeah. We are a city, no cathedral, 2 rugby teams instead.
Hello.
She'd have to whisper, you Wally.
Well, didn't I go hello and you go, oh.
Yeah, like when Laura freaked me out today because I was opening the door to come in, like, and I'd been waiting for her for ages, and she was like, you know. Anyway, I came in, and I was just unlocking the door, and she went right up beside me and went, "Oh, you opening the door for us?" And I was like, "Freaking hell, Matt!" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like absolutely nearly shit myself. Like, it was terrible. Me says, "Do you do much photography in the city centre?" I have done. I mean, one of the Mulberry Park, I do quite a lot in there, and that is actually in our city centre. But I have photographed a lot of buildings and stuff. I think there's a video. Yeah, I think I did a vlog of the city centre, and yeah, on here somewhere, something like that. But I've only done it once. I've only sort of gone round once. But yeah, I should probably do it more. Like Mackie's Corner's being finished. They've sort of rebuilt it, and I suppose they're supposedly working on the elephant tea rooms again now, which are cool.
All right.
But yeah, probably worth redoing. I'm hungry and tired now, so that's not good, is it?
Well, well, as you know, I've had a few days away and various amounts of alcohol at various different levels. And to be honest, I'm not going to be in bed late tonight. I'm knackered.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of doing stuff. You know, you get back and all that, and you do catch up on bits, don't you?
Yeah.
But But yeah, I got, I say bitten, that's a lie. My friend has 2 African grey parrots. And Rio and Angel, who I've known virtually, well, as long as he's had them, really. And we used to have Wendy, who was a cockatiel. So I'm used to being around birds of the feather variety.
Yes.
And just thought I'd clarify that. We were out this morning, and in the room, not out, outside, obviously. Angel was on my arm, just, I was feeding her bits and pieces, and she had a bit of my toast and all that, and she went to fall off, bless her, not purposely, obviously. The immediate reaction was to sort of grab hold of me with a beak.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's more or less what I said. Ouch might have been part of it. She's left a cut, but I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't purposeful. She's just doing steady herself or keep hold or whatever. But she's lovely. Both have got lovely temperaments. I mean, they know certain words that they probably shouldn't. That I'm not going to repeat on your channel. That you've had enough controversy in this last few days. They're lovely. But I mean, to be fair, Wendy could be quite temperamental at times. I missed her. But anyway, so I've got a beak mark in my arm, and you can see that she's got, what's it? Well, she was a bit flustered, bless her, but she was fine. But anyway, that's my injury. So yeah, a beak mark. It's the only bird that's kissed me this weekend. And without wishing to sound like the 70s. And yeah, it's been a nice few days, really. Obviously back to it. Back to the cold face, as it were. But yeah, other than that, all right. But as I say, I couldn't begin to tell you what we talked about on Saturday night. Not an absolute clue.
To be fair, neither do I. I'd vaguely remembered doing the whole flashing, people's willies on the screen thing. And the worst thing is because I didn't want to lose all the footage. It said I could cut off the bit that was sort of blocked, kind of thing. So I thought,
could you not say willy and cut off in the same sentence, please?
Okay. So yeah, so it said I could cut off, and the thing is it's cut off at the bit where it says this video contains nudity and stuff like that, and then it just cuts off.
Right.
So, no, it doesn't. And obviously, I rebooted, redid a new one. So we just chatted. I remember chatting. I remember you coming on, but I can't really remember. It was probably just a load of shit, because that's what we usually talk, innit?
Yeah.
We usually talk a load of crap, don't we?
Excuse me, it's always quality entertainment when I'm on. Thank you very much.
Well, obviously,
Rude, yeah.
Good night, Mia. She's probably left ages ago, but I'm saying good night now.
What was I going to say? Yeah, as I say, I remember trying to get on, and you sent me a different link, and then
and then I realised it was the old link that I was sending you.
But other than that, I couldn't tell you what. Anyway, it looks like Ginger had a reasonable birthday. Anyway, she's got plenty of cards and bits and pieces. I think she was happy.
I think she enjoyed it, so that's good. And Rebecca, I don't think I need to watch my video back.
Yeah. I might do the same myself. Actually,
it might tell us what happened, but I don't know if I want to know that much.
Yeah. You'd be like, oh my God, did I really say that?
Yeah. Which, to be fair, is usual for me anyway.
I do what? Sorry.
What?
What did you say?
Which is usual for me anyway.
Oh, usually for. All right, sorry. I thought you said you do
Yeah.
anyway. Sorry, completely missed what you said. I want to know when Rebecca Harris is coming on. You know,
Yeah.
she's been in
Quite
this
welcome.
chat. She's been in this chat often enough now. I think it's about time. You know, I mean, she shouldn't have to come on with a face. She can just come on with Mr. Harris if she likes. You know.
But you know how like me, hundreds of notebooks person that I am, right?
Yep.
So I thought, I'll put all of the thing that's happening on the. I've got this one, which is like one of them, one with all the little different tabs. So I'll put all the different. And she said, no way. I'll put all the different sections of things, you know.
Yeah.
Like raffle and for planning the
charity event. Yeah.
Charity event, right? So the raffle and like the run resell a run and guess the year and all of those different things, and this is as much effort as I ever did. So
right.
I've really wrote the word.
It's a start, Lainey. You know, it's a journey.
Isn't it?
I would like to remind you that in just over an hour, it's going to be September. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. Well, I've got Laura's coming on Thursday, and we're going to dig out all the prizes that I've got, so I can photograph them all and then put them all in one place, so that I can do a video, and I'll try and show the ones that I've got, and also I'll get some photographs of the others that have been donated, and stuff like that, and then crack on, I guess. Yeah, you can be in the chat. That's.
Oh, I'm only teasing Rebecca. I'm only joking.
Yeah, he just likes to mess about.
I'm only joking. Whereas Fauna, I don't care. I'm not taking any more excuses. I think Fauna should just come on.
Everybody starts with one line. That's so true. That's so true. So
absolutely.
I've literally wrote a book then, isn't it? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Kind of. It's the same but different. Yeah.
I can't give you a quick flash of this. Woo! Go. That's the line. That's the guess the year done. I've done that, so that's something.
Oh, right.
Guess the year the music version. I need to do a guess the year the movie version, and then run resell a run and whatever else I said I was doing that I can't remember now at this precise moment.
Yeah.
I also need to find a few more people for Banish Bin. So I've got James doing this week. I've got Josh and Steve booked in. Well, not give them an actual week, but that takes us to the 21st of September.
Oh, right.
I think I need 4 or 5 more people, or maybe more. Wait a minute. I'm lighting up very bright, me. Don't answer that, obviously.
Rhetorical. I knew it. I just.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 more people I need to do the Banish Bin. So I'll have to think. I have to get me thinking clogs on. Who have I not asked?
Did you say Steve Green was doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. I asked him and he said yeah.
Steve Green.
I think we're telling us people have asked.
What's his name? Young lad. Young lad. Friend of Lex and not Karen's. Carla's.
Josh.
Josh, that's the one.
Yeah, and then with the 2 people I've said to you that I've booked in.
Yeah. And then
so it's not been telling us people I've already got, is it?
And then who else was there? I thought I'm trying to work out in my head who you said you'd asked before.
So James is doing it this week, which is GRE selling, which is
that's right. Yeah.
The lad who worked with
Richard. Yeah.
Richard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing it next week, essentially, not this week. And then So that's the 7th. And then Steve is meant to be the 14th, but I need to confirm with him. And then Josh is meant to be the 21st, but again, I need to confirm with him. And then I need to find some other people, 4 more people to do it. So,
Has Zahir done it yet? No, Zahir's not done it, is he?
no. He just seemed really busy at the minute, so I haven't really asked him.
Yeah, he's busy with his shop at the minute, that's the thing.
So I haven't really, you know what I mean?
Who else?
Oh, no worries, Elaine. Good night.
No worries, Elaine. Take care.
I was thinking of asking Indie Chicks.
Oh, yeah.
Or Indie Escapes, as she is now. And I think there's Sarah Resells, I could ask her. And then there's a couple of the rummage around and John Dean, them. Yeah. So I have to ask them and see what they want to do. Hopefully they'll do it.
I'm trying to think of different people that...
I know, isn't it? You kind of go blank and have...
Yeah.
Like your brain just goes...
I know that strangely enough, I was having this conversation earlier. I've stopped, not to be nasty to anybody, but I've kind of come away from watching reseller videos in a lot of cases. Not because, I fell out with anybody, but it's just become a little bit samey for me personally, I just have a bit, I'll go back to it. It's not like I've fallen out with the people, I'm subscribed to, but, and I'm kind of out of the loop of who's doing what at the minute, and who's on YouTube at the moment, and some people have come off, and some people are having a break, and some people are off because of COVID, and or some people are off because the kids are going back to school, or whatever, so it's I'm a bit out of touch as to who's doing YouTube at the moment, who isn't. I actually think Louis is a good idea.
I did kind of bring it up to Louis, but he didn't sort of say,
he wasn't very forthcoming, was he, to be fair?
No, so I kind of thought, well, I don't want to pressure anyone, do you know what I mean? But
I mean, maybe that Chris Tyler should have a go,
Well, he would be quite welcome, but
yeah,
I don't think he'd want to do it for some reason. Plus, then I'd have to pick on him for all the times he said things in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, I believe he said things about Sunderland lately. I mean, I don't get involved in things like that normally.
Oh, no, he didn't get involved.
No.
Of course not. You
no.
wouldn't do that.
No.
Says there's enough Yorkshiremen on here. Technically, he's not from Yorkshire, though.
Technically, I'm not. Yeah.
Technically, he's from Lincolnshire.
Yep. Born on an RAF base in Lincolnshire. Well, ex-RAF base. But, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've never really lived. I'll start that again. I've never really lived anywhere that long. I think I had 3 years is the sort of.
So, what do you class yourself as, or do you not? Don't really.
Yeah, well, because my family are here, and I've been here more than anywhere else in different parts of Yorkshire. I'm probably more Yorkshire than anything else. But I don't suppose I was in bloody Germany for 6 months.
Yeah.
I've Manchester, Yorkshire, Lincolnshire. Well, as we've had the conversation before, I had a house literally around the corner from Ginger at one point. You know,
Wales?
in Wales, yeah.
In Wales?
Yeah, so but yeah, so I don't know. And as we've discussed, you know, between us, you know, not that it's any particular secret, but you know, I want to move, and I'd like to sort of go either East Coast or, no, I mean, I quite like Scarborough, but East Coast side. You know, I know people over there, or it might even be Scotland. I don't know, because they don't need to worry about, you see. So it doesn't really, and obviously I can do eBay from anywhere, really.
True.
You know. You know, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Do you know, speaking of which, I don't know whether we've had this conversation. Stop me if we already have. But you know, obviously the situation with the flats and the knocking them down and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Oh God, watch it, Tyler. I think I think I got a bit of gypsy blood, Rachel, somewhere along the line.
Rebecca.
Rebecca, what did I say?
Rachel.
Do you know why? I know a Rachel Harris, although she's Godson now, but she used to be Rachel Harris. And I've called Rebecca Rachel before, and that's why. But yeah, but I mean, she's married now. She's Godleston, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So they're knocking these flats down for various reasons. But we've had a letter through the post to say that we're still getting a replacement fire doors. We're still getting new smoke alarms. We're still getting new key fobs for entry. They're still painting the car park with the lines. You know,
knock it down.
But in April they're going to empty them all out, and knock them down, and it's like, you know, where's the?
You think they only do like necessary repairs now?
Well, yeah, but
until people have moved.
Well, this is
and you'd also think they'd start moving out people as soon as they could.
Yeah.
You know, like start like so
rather
that they're not
left with like people in one go. Yeah,
exactly.
But anyway, yeah, I think I'm going to go and live in Chris Tyler's shed anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got space.
Yeah.
Just needs to move the teens showing him pictures.
Yeah, and they move the gold bullion out of the way, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not the first, and you won't be the last.
Yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, Rachel is just as lovely as you are, Rebecca. She's like her, yeah.
Oh, look, you got offer of the call house.
Well, at least to keep warm, I suppose.
Yeah.
As long as Yorkshire coal, and anyway, that Welsh rubbish. I mean, you know, why would you?
I've got a call house.
And
I really note in it.
Yeah. I like a coal fire, but I don't like the mess.
Yeah.
Well, not OCD, that's a lie. But you know, I the way I am, I couldn't go with the mess. It just no, it's not happening. Yeah.
Mandy's switching the road signs around so you can't come to Scarborough.
Oh, is that where you are? Is it, Mandy?
She must be out this way somewhere. I'm saying up this way, like.
I actually went to look in January last year before COVID.
I remember.
And probably saw about a handful of different properties.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Just getting grief in the chat here. Anyway, and yeah, I saw a handful and wasn't anything. I mean, I went to see one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not good. Yeah.
Do you know what you should do? You should, when Nick's app's up and running, right? You should check there for the best place for charity shops in the areas that you want.
Yeah, that's
And
not a bad idea. Yeah.
and also see if like they've got car boots and stuff.
Yeah. So I could go, what you're saying is I could go to all Chris Tyler's charity shops and car boot sales and
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's not a bad idea, that, Lenny. I like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Or anyone who lives in these areas. I don't know what else is. I'm trying to think of places up that way that you might, that might have like that might be cheap and like the charity shops be cheap. I mean, and stuff, but like there'd be lots of them, or that like
Well, that was ironically that was last January. Well, early last year. That was my thought process because I don't know whether you remember us having the conversation, but my two choices at that point were either Scarborough or Southport. I spent a lot of time in Southport as a kid. My uncle, I wouldn't say he didn't work there. He volunteered at a deaf school. I mean, it was my dad that used to take him over. And we learned to drive on Southport Beach, which is why I can't drive in the rain because the tide's coming in. Anyway, and I looked at the charity shops, and they're all boutique ones, and the prices in Southport absolutely ridiculous. And that kind of made my decision, believe it or not, to go to Scarborough.
Yeah.
And all the trips I had to Scarborough in those few months, I picked up stock while I was there. Sorry, Chris. But yeah. But as I say, it might not be yet. It might be Scotland yet. We'll see what happens. I don't know. There's a lot that needs to happen between now and then.
I just remember you wanting to be between friends in Scotland and Manchester, isn't it? Because that's basically where you go.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, where I want to be in Scotland is only probably 20 to 30 minutes more than Scarborough from Manchester.
All right.
So, for the sake of half an hour, I think I'd rather be a bit out, not completely out in the sticks in the middle of nowhere, but like.
But then, what are them places going to be like for stock and things like that, though?
Good, because when I go out to my friends, that's where I get stock from. So that's why I know the places are good. You see.
Yeah.
Particularly Shields, Jedburgh, Kelso, all around there, Selkirk. I'm not saying every single shop, obviously, Yeah. But the only thing with Scotland is they don't have car boot sales.
I suppose.
But they do have auctions, and there's actually one. Well, there's two, but only one I go to. Not far from there, and I know people that buy from there. So, I would probably go with them the first few times, and they said it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They would buy different stuff than I would buy, so there's not a conflict there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he says you haven't got long really if the flats come down in April.
Well, no, they're not pulling down in April. They're starting to empty them in April, is what we've been told. But the thing is, as a single bloke, you're not priority on the list. For obvious reasons. The homeless and people with children and various other things that I won't go into. Are higher on the list to get to get you out.
It will come to the point though where they want you out because they need you out. They'll have a deadline, won't they?
Oh yeah. I mean, they've said, obviously, they wouldn't be allowed to make you homeless.
Yeah.
They'll find you something somewhere, but it may be miles away from where, still within their council control, obviously, but it might be miles away from where you are originally, which to me doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's no reason I really particularly need to be in Huddersfield. As I say, April next year. I mean, they're still moving people in. You know, there's a girl. Well, I say girl. A woman moving in next to me. You know, and she didn't even know they were knocking her down. They said nothing to her when they signed her up.
Mad that, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, she said, you know, I spent a lot of money on decorating it inside, you know, because it's going to be for, you know, 12 months of saving money up for, you know, to rent a place of their own and all that. She had no idea. Should have found out off somebody in the foyer. But, yeah.
Chris says, I think Sunderland is the place to be. Is it? Why do you think that, Chris? I'm not really here, but Agonist Biker Lifestyle, Dave Keane, is interested in doing a vanish bin. I can see the chat, but can't see you. Or can't hear you.
Who's that?
Kath wrote it, but I don't know. She can see the chat, but she can't hear you. Hear me, I mean. Tell him to. I'm going to write it.
Okay.
In. Chrissy wants to know why they're being knocked down.
Well, various reasons, but the main reasons are, I mean, they were built in the 60s stroke 70s. They have found that the render on the building is flammable, or whatever the word is. They found asbestos in the building. The water pressure is, I won't use the word I was going to use, rubbish. And they just need updating. And, you know, they all need new windows, they all need new kitchens, they all need new bathrooms. And we were given a choice, you know, of, you know, demolish or refurbish. And the thing is, because in the council way, you know, they've patched them up over, you know, 60 years, you know, they're just ready for coming down. You know, by the time you've taken any asbestos out, by the time you've sorted the render on the building, by the time you put kitchens, bathrooms, you know, and everything else in there, you know, they put plans forward for other buildings to be built, basically. So, yeah, that's the short version, which wasn't that particularly short, but you know,
got your point.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, you know, the fact that, you know, I mean, I've been here 3 years in October, not through choice, I can assure you, but 3 years in October, and you know, there are a lot of other issues that I won't go into that's going on with them as well. That I just think, you know, knocking them down and starting again, having a fresh start, putting new buildings up. I mean, they reckon it's going to take 7 years.
Yeah.
To empty them out, demolish them, you know, rebuild. They reckon it's going to take 7 years. I just hope that they, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but they choose
better clients.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a nice way of putting it.
Nice way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah. They choose better when, you know, the people that they put in, as opposed to just being a dumping ground for anybody and everybody, really. And that's not a, you know, that's not a nasty comment, you know, people, you know, or issues or race or creed or whatever, you know, there's all sorts of stuff going on, but, you know, just better people, really.
I mean,
you know,
not the thieves and the drug addicts is what you mean.
Yeah. And I don't care whether somebody's a particular faith. I don't care what sex they are. I don't care what orientation they have. It doesn't bother me. I'm a bit offended.
It's whether you're an arsehole or not, and that's a simple fact, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if they're a Liverpool fan, I might not be as keen, but yeah.
What about if they're a Man United fan?
Yeah, well, it's not quite as bad, but
I don't get that. They like your rivals, and it's not quite as bad.
I know, but Liverpool, everybody hates Liverpool.
But
the only people that
hate Liverpool. I like Liverpool.
What?
I know. I like Liverpool.
How do I get off a stream? Does anybody know how I get off a stream?
No, you're not allowed off.
Story my fucking life. Just reminded me of something. And I'm sure you've probably had it with David or whatever, but
yeah.
A situation over the weekend. As I say, it was my friend's birthday. He didn't know we'd done something for him, like food and drink and all that. And I say party, but there wasn't. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Did this gathering, and for the kids, they put on the X Station and all that, and they got this game on, and they're playing this game, and Caden's 7, I think, and he gave me the controller, and we're playing this a bit like a
game.
Well, we're playing a game, but it's like a bit like I would term it sort of. I mean, as you know, we've had this conversation. What I know about them, you could write on the back of a Sunderland trophy cabinet. You know what I mean? Anyway, so
trophies in our cabinet, that would be quite big.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. Anyway, but so we're playing this game, and it's like we played the game, and he like took the controller off me, and kids give you that look of just give it here. Just give it here. What are you doing? What have you done with your life to bring you to this point? Sort of look. And he's 7-year-old. You know what I mean? I just you feel about 2 centimeters big. It's like I'm sorry, I'm rubbish at these things.
Chrissy says, "Oh dear, so many flats have fire safety issues near where I live. It's dreadful. Nearly every block has scaffolding up, and some blocks are not very old." Whereabouts are you, Chrissy? Whereabouts I assume you're in the UK somewhere. I keep ringing the dog's bell.
Oh yeah.
Even though.
Ring my bell. All right, ring for a
drink.
All right, yeah.
But it was just we were trying to learn him how to press a bell. Well, right. And that was the only one I could get. Ring for a drink.
would you not teach him how to get you a drink?
He hasn't learned that bit. He just presses the bell and then expects something. In Poole in Dorset.
Oh, nice part of the world.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be lovely down there.
Dorset.
So they speak in Dorset.
They speak properly like that. Yeah, in Dorset.
Okay.
Nice part of the world.
Is that where Aunt Sally in Wurzel Gummidge is from? Because that's what you sound like, Wurzel Gummidge.
If it don't sound like Aunt Sal, she just died.
No, yeah, there's that bit. Wurzel Gummidge you sound like.
Aunt Sal. A bit creepy, really, when you look back on it.
I used to love it when I was a kid.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying,
Yeah, I used to remember, I got to put my thinking head on and my what head on and this head on. And then you just twist it around and swap heads.
You're talking to somebody who still gets a little bit freaked out by Bungle from Rainbow. Oh, yeah. It's not good. Absolutely not good.
Maybe he looks like the Scarecrow too.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
Do you look like...
My sister used to make me watch it, And I
What
wouldn't
was
have to get on. She used to make me watch. It. I was absolutely. She said, "You sit there in front of it," and she said, "You just cry." I said, "Oh, thanks very much."
My brother used to hide around the sofa at the Hulk like this, and grot bags.
Yeah. Oh, I like drop bags. Drop bags. Yeah. There's somebody at the door.
There's somebody at the door. And then it was grot bags, and she was like, "Wah!" And he was get like, "Oh no!" And then Emu wanted to bite her. See, I lived a good life in my childhood.
I mean, to be honest with you, obviously, we didn't get much TV, after we'd been down the pit and, been to school and,
Yeah.
And all that. But, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I think I'm going to have to go off because I'm just going to keep yawning.
Oh, that's charming. She had a message off my friend with the birds who said the Angel's hungry again. Are you available? Charming.
No, but we've been on for 2 hours nearly, and then you were late, rude, and
I was having me tea.
Yeah, but you just laughed at my comment. You didn't even say.
Excuse me. Go back and look at the message.
Well, you did laugh at first, then. So that's what I looked at.
No. Go back and look at the message.
Oh, you like cheesy smile, Dad?
Yes, because I was happy that you'd asked me. See? So I didn't laugh at you. Apology accepted.
It kind of looks like a laughing one, though.
Oh, do you know? Can I just point out that for anybody that wasn't part of the conversation from earlier, that my birthday is December the 14th, and we were talking about I don't like Terry's chocolate orange truffles. Okay, just putting it out there for anybody who may not have been part of the earlier conversation.
Okay. Oh, we have a Lone Star picker.
Have a Lone Star picker
in the chat. We have a Louis.
Come on, Louis. Get your bum on here. Well, not just your bum, but all of you.
Yeah, it would be a bit weird if you just come and flashed your bum on it, and that would be
yeah. I mean, after Saturday, it's probably anyway.
Come and say hello for a bit because it will go off soon.
Yeah.
A wonderful day. What's that, Tom? It's a beautiful, it's not a wonderful day, it's a beautiful day.
Is that you singing the wrong, long? No, hang on.
The long. The wrong long. The wrong.
Is that you singing the wrong lyrics?
Yes, that was.
I'm getting the Laneisms. I just haven't got the words. Yeah.
I don't have any words. I just, I confuse the words. They just mix up together. And yeah. Oh, definitely tired today though. I didn't even know why. I haven't done that. Yeah, you two sings beautiful day. You said wonderful day, and then I kind of mixed it up.
We used to have
it's a wonderful day. You could hear you two do that, couldn't you?
Yeah. We used to have a Turley Frog that used to sing Wonderful World.
Wonderful world. It would be.
And all that. When was it true?
I'm so I'm
Why are we singing this on YouTube when I can't sing?
Yeah, but no one can know that you can't sing when you're doing that, though, because it's
if anybody's affected by from the events in this chat tonight, please contact the Laney.
Please contact Delaney.
Yeah. who afford it onto the Karen.
Ooh. How come you getting fudge? I didn't get fudge. Ian, send
Yes.
me contact details to me. Ian, get your contact details to me. I'll send fudge when I make it. Lenny has me on Messenger. Right? So how comes you get fudge? Didn't notice that.
Oh, well, how about if I send the wrapper to you?
She's bringing mine. Ha ha.
Yeah.
I'm not 5, honest. 5.
Yeah.
I'm 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's something like you're still getting some, so I don't know why I ha-ha'd that for. I was just excited. I was excited.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I was going to say, I thought I got phone on. I thought I got phone on Facebook actually.
No
I mean,
one's
feel free to have me phone, if not anybody else, for that matter. But especially if you've got fudge. I mean, don't let that be your motivation. You know. No, Louis, I'm not packing fudge. Well, only with you, love. But let's not talk about that now.
I think Lenny is thinking of "It's a Beautiful Morning," but like, oh, what a beautiful morning! Oh, what a beautiful day!
I get this funny
feeling
feeling that Louis might be no.
What is the words? I get this wonderful feeling.
Everything's
Everything's
going
going my way. Yeah,
that's it.
everything's going my way, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you coming on, Louis? We need some eye candy. Which
You're trying to say, like?
That was funny. I was just going through my mind. I thought, I've just realised I put my phone in.
Rude.
I meant some eye candy for the women of the chat.
My dad always called budgie droppings budgie fudge.
Ew. Nice. Mr. Diggs, the one and only. The man, the myth, the legend. I think Adrian.
Yeah, it is a song. Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Feel the sun shining upon your eyes. Wake up, it's a beautiful morning. I don't know what the song is.
Yeah, can you just clarify that, please, by using the word song? Hello, Mr. Diggs. Are you coming on? Come and say hello.
My hair is not fixed, and besides, I am getting my stuff ready for auction tonight here in the States. We don't care if you've got messy hair. And it's for tonight. You've got time.
Besides, I've seen your bed hair before, so come on. Far too giving too many secrets away here.
She's not your friend. Ha ha. Did it again.
What's up with you tonight? Not your friend. Yeah. Yeah.
So she's got no friends in common with me, so she's not your friend. Ha ha.
Is she called? Yeah. All right. Leave it with me.
Just type at me.
Right. Okay.
Okay, 5 minutes works, which means we'll keep you on for about 20.
Probably. Yeah.
Did I say that out loud? I mean, no one. You can do 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then you can go. We will free you. Good night, Rebecca. Oh,
Night, Rebecca. Rachel.
She's wrote what her name is on Facebook.
Night, Rebecca and Rachel.
You're going to end up getting me calling her Rebecca by accident.
You mean Rachel?
Yes, that's the word. Because Rebecca. because Rebecca's our actual name. Oh my God, I'm going to smack you.
Oh, every cloud has a silver lining, I suppose. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, you probably like it.
All right, don't tell everybody.
You should have jumped on, Richard. I didn't realise you were still here.
Oh, there's a fauna product shop. There's a fauna news.
No, she's Kelda on Facebook. She's wrote it in the chat. Kelda.
Okay, please hold the line.
If you look at my friends, I would assume it'll come up. If not, I'll send you it.
Do. We've got 68 mutual friends.
Have we?
Mm.
I didn't realise 68 people liked you. Oh, I haven't had to take the piss out of you.
Wow.
I need to make up for it.
Wow.
I need to make up for it.
Richard, come on and save me, mate, please. Come on, Richard.
Oh, he's done his Hampton Court Palace video today. Cool. Yeah, it was a bit ouchy burn, wasn't
it? Yeah, I see how it is. Yeah,
but right, we had a little party for Sharon's birthday, and he chose to go to his other friends for their party. So, yeah, that's how it is. I'm 5.
Face bothered.
To be fair, your face is always just a helmet, so what's new?
Oh, there you go. See, if I look on your friends list.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry about that.
I just got a shock.
Right. Okay. So on your friends list, it's only showing the mutual. It's not showing all your friends.
All right. Well, I tell you what I'll do is I'll just send. I'll find her, send you the link. Shall I? That probably
okay. Yeah, it's probably easier. Yeah. God, you don't talk to that Lex Oliver, do you? And that Nick Hills. I mean, you know.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
Yes. All my friends. Everyone is my friend.
Let you talk to Ashley, that's all right. That's allowed.
All right, I sent it, yeah. Sorted.
We'll be fitting where it gone.
We'll be up tomorrow. Richard's new video will be up tomorrow. That'd be cool. I'd like to see that place. You and Sylvia have stories. She said, long story short, incognito on Facebook due to mad stalker ex with a gun.
Oh. Sounds familiar. Yeah, maybe not. Right, Thorne, I've done that. Right, okay. What's happening?
We could have another game, Lenny, where Ian opens the visor on his helmet and we chuck fudge at him.
Oh, that might not work because I've only got a little mouth.
Yeah, and if you remember, he's just another helmet under another helmet under another helmet. So
It's like the Russian dolls.
Yeah.
Not quite sure the way you just said it's just another helmet. I mean, you know.
Oops.
Yeah, but you know, we'll smooth over that.
I've got itchy face. All right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was finding my ship, but I don't know where I lost my ship, so that's good.
Yeah, at the end of your banished bin.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Apologies.
At the end of the banished bin, which I still want to call the bloody. You all right there?
What do you want to call it?
I still want to call it the bargain bin.
Yeah, but like you thought of the banished bin.
Oh, I know. But even now, I still want to call it the bargain bin. 6 months on, or whatever it is, 8 months. Right. Okay.
Oh, freaky. Hear myself there. It's because I'm trying to do copy and paste stuff, and I've lost where I was. Might have to open the fudge factory earlier this year. Oh, the fudge factory.
Like the card factory, but for fudge. Just bear with me, I'm just trying to find something on the computer.
What happened to Louis? Did you get lost?
I don't know.
Louis, where are you? UBL reseller. I'm looking for someone's channel that is going to do the person that Kath mentioned. He sent me a message. Why is that not working? Do you know why?
Don't know.
I don't know.
You know how good I am with technology.
Technologically.
Technologically, yeah.
Technologically. That's be good English, me.
Yeah. I seem to have that ism tonight, to be honest.
You what?
I said I seem to have that trait tonight.
Do you? What, with words like that you just don't know where you are?
Trouble with words, fancy that, me.
Well, it's different from trouble with what works. Why did I go there? I have no clue. I have no clue, but I literally pulled it out of the air.
Can I just explain to the chat that I'm not aware of? I haven't got any problems with my water work, but for anybody that wants to do an independent assessment.
And then the next thing was like trouble with your brakes.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got trouble with my brakes at the moment. The rest of the car's missing.
I found an American. Yay! Hi. Do I have to like stand back now when you flirt, and I just have to feel awkward?
Oh, what's that?
Do I feel awkward now when you just flirt with each other, and I have to just sit and be awkward?
Oh, awkward's a good state of being.
It's not.
Better than what I'm feeling, because I'm feeling anxiety driven right now. I have usually 3 hours is my what am I trying to say? My schedule, but I have to. Let me just show you this hot mess. Oh shit! Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, my screen just there it is. So this little hot mess down here. I don't know if you can see any of it. Yeah, all this stuff here. Yeah. There's tons and tons of shirts here. I probably got about 200 shirts to look at, and I have less than 2 hours to go sort through them real quick because I have an auction with Luis, my buddy, and so.
All right.
Yeah, and then that takes sometimes like 2 to 3 hours, and I've been up since maybe 4 o'clock this morning a.m. My time. So if we don't end before midnight, I'm just gonna be like, you know. I just did manual labor for this part-time job I had. So I woke up from a nap I desperately needed. And so I'm just going through, for example, never mind. I can't even pick this up. It's so heavy. This is like one load of shirts that are from our university in the city. So
is it the shirts you're auctioning?
Yeah.
You've got to do them. It's not like you can put them to one side.
Well, which I sort of kind of do with the use. I get these little empty boxes, and then what I'm doing is I go real quick, and I go medium, smalls, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, and then I have to separate them. And then that's just categorically by size, and then I do some by, like I said, here's an example. Like I have this shirt. This is from our university here where I live in Austin, Texas. and they call them the University of Texas Longhorns. Longhorns, as in very long horns. It's a breed of cat.
Is that American football shirt? Because I haven't got Scooby-Doo.
It's actually college. Yeah, it is American, but it's college American football, and it's there's different divisions in college. Like if they're lower, this is like a pretty prestigious university here. So yeah,
all right.
And they've been known to win major, like the equivalent of a Super Bowl. So it's been a little. Yeah, my mind's all scattered, and I'm feeling a little discombobulated.
Can I also add to that and say you do look a little bit tired, mate?
Dan, I was up all night with you. You should know.
Well,
woo!
Wow,
darlings.
Darling, yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Awkward.
I didn't recognize you with clothes on, to be fair. But yeah. Are you well though? Seriously, I'm joking apart. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just tired. I am really well. Here's the real reason I'm tired. This weekend. When did we last speak? Was that Saturday?
Me and you.
I
have no idea.
I remember because I think I came on. And this one up here, he was, he was kind of in his own world, and then Sharon and Susan was on, and
I came on. That was a few weeks ago, but I came on your stream the other day.
That's true. Yes, that's it. Okay, so that maybe this is where my head is. It's like that was 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. You came on. That was a Friday, I think it was. So it was Friday. Yeah, and then Saturday was like a whirlwind because I spent all day preparing for what we call a variation of a car boot.
I think it was this Saturday because I was live on the Saturday night.
Oh, that's right. So it was Saturday?
Yeah, so it was a Saturday afternoon for you.
Yeah, you're right, because I remember I was scrambling after we got off the live. You're right. And I have this little tiny car. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nissan Versas.
Nissan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we build Nissans here. We've got factories in
right. Okay.
Probably.
So, yeah. This thing's like packing Tetris. It's like, the game Tetris where you're like trying to get all the boxes to fit in the right. And then Sunday was a 12-hour long day, which was lack of a better word, is a blessing, because it was quite fruitful. It was but it was a lot of work. Yeah.
Do you do the auctions on your channel, Louis, or did you do it on?
Good question. No, they're not on my channel, but if you look on my Instagram, I mention who it is, and his name is Cali Reseller Luis, and it starts Pacific time. It's like 6 a.m., but it's like 8 a.m. my time. So add 5 hours, I think it is the difference between you and I.
Right. Okay.
So it's like afternoon for us.
It's probably like. Is it afternoon, really? Wow. So, if it starts 8 a.m. my time, no, it's like past midnight your time. It's like 1 in the morning, no?
No, if it was 1 in the morning, it'd be in 2 hours' time. 1 hour time, sorry.
Yeah, I think so.
When is it? In how long? In how long?
It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York. So you're like what, 5 hours difference from New York, or 4? 5.
What now?
Well, yeah.
It's nearly midnight here.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. Then yeah, and it starts in 2 hours for me, so less than 2 hours. So.
All right. So it's 2 o'clock in the morning here then.
Yeah. So it'll probably end around 5 or 6 in the morning your time.
All right.
Maybe hopefully 4 or 5. We're trying to do them shorter, but. I'm sitting there going, look at this shirt, and look at this shirt, and look at this shirt, and look at this, and not just in one category. And that takes. They used to tease me. They would go, "Oh God, Louis still going for 30 minutes," But it's been really nice because I've actually. There's days where.
Do you do them singly or in bulk?
So, for example, this is a bulk deal I'm going to be doing. This is all probably about. There's quite a few. There's probably 20 something shirts in here, and. You notice they're all this burnt orange. We call it burnt orange. That's the color of this university.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I have, some special ones, and then I concert shirts, and anyway, yeah, my mind's all bleh. I'm nonstop. So pretty much from this weekend into tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning, I got to get up early and start wrapping these things, and that sometimes takes me 2 days, depending on how many. Because I've had a package about that big, and it's in a poly mailer bag, and I'm wrapping it. I'm looks like a bundle of Coke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel pretty.
So that is where you stash your Coke, though, isn't it? In the centre.
Yeah.
I'm joking, obviously.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Ian knows about bundles of Coke, Pepsi, and 7-Up.
Pepsi and Pepsi Max. Yeah.
So on that note, I'm probably gonna bow out. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so my ADD.
No, it's fine.
You're up to your eyes in it, mate. Don't worry.
I'm looking. I didn't put my glasses on just to hide my bags, and so
You look good, man. Don't be silly.
I hope I look that good when I get to 40. Let me tell you.
Well, one day you're gonna speak to me in private chat, and I'm gonna see that naughty smirk. But,
is that because he's usually facing away from you? I'll have to just go away now. Sorry.
By the way, sorry. Hello, everybody in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Hello.
Hello.
That's my Robin Williams pretending to be British.
It's on Louis' channel, did you say?
No, Luis. No. Yeah,
Louis.
But it's funny. Is everybody calls him Louis, and then they'll call him Louis, and then they call him Lou. And then, and technically my name is the French spelling Louis.
Yeah.
But I just went. There's too many Louis and Lewises, so I'll just be Louis.
Are you a spanner in? Are you a spanner in this chat?
A what?
Are you a spanner in this chat?
Think so.
A mod. What do you call it?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
think he's saying that you can put the link in for the for anyone.
Sure. You want me to do that real quick? Hold on.
Yeah. If anyone's up there, because we won't be. Well,
don't feel obligated.
No, but like people in the chat who are awake still, because a lot of us are night owls all over.
Oh, okay. Well, so but I must make a disclosure. Unfortunately, right now, I don't think we're doing any international sales, and if it does, it's going to be. You don't want something from me.
Yeah, but it could be just something to have on in the background if.
But I may do some single shirts, and if they're willing to pay, I think it's like $13, $14, $15 to ship one shirt. It's so damn expensive. But I use pirate ship, so sometimes it brings it down a little bit. But if they're willing to wait and say, okay, let me just figure out how much it's going to cost. Oh, there's my alarm going off, which means when I say 2 hours, it's actually less because I got to get on 15 minutes prior and. Yeah, before I start panicking and getting in my AD&D mode, my attention.
I was confused because you said so it's 8 p.m. the live then.
Well, my time.
Your time. So that's why I was confused because I thought you said 8 a.m. and that's why I was like.
No. I wish I had that long. No.
That's why. But it's okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see here real quick. Oh, no. Where's his channel? There it is. I have to go to the channel. I'm sorry. I'm looking at another screen.
It's all right. It's just like if you stick it in there, then anyone.
What? Stick it in where?
The side chat, obviously.
I thought she was going back to our weekend conversation.
Okay, here it is. I found it, everybody. Okay, hold on.
If you stick it in the side chat, if anyone is awake or wants to buy a shirt
in here. Why can't I post something in here?
You should be able to. I'm sure you.
I would think so. I may have to pop this thing out again, like you said, but I do need to go back and pop it out. Pop it out.
Oh, the chat.
Chatty Tuesday. I have to go back to Chatty Tuesday. I'm going back to the history.
Don't have
I'm
me.
sorry, you guys. I'm so loopy right now. Why? You have the weirdest commercials popping up. You have naked men lifting weights. You gotta wait. Wait to skip 5 seconds. And I'm like, Laney, you got some nutty stuff. Okay, here it is. I'll say auction on Luis's channel. He goes by Kelly Reseller Luis, which means California. He's a reseller, and his his name is Luis. So, and
Luis is cool.
Yeah, Luis is a really good soul. He's got a great heart, and yeah, you met him when we were on your auction that time. That was that's where I got the idea. I'm like, let's do the auction. Come on, help me out. And he was like, yeah, I'll help you. And it was great. Somebody got my Willie shirt. Somebody got my Willie.
Oh yeah, who was that?
Was it Auntie Sue that got it in the end?
Auntie Sue.
Yeah.
That's right, Auntie Sue.
When you say Auntie Sue, that's Susan that comes on?
No.
It's a different
one. Auntie Sue's different, yeah.
Okay.
We're about the same age, but
You'll get slappy, you will.
that's what I was hoping for, to be honest.
Laney.
What?
Laney.
Yeah, that look in it. That look. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Louis.
Much love.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good one. See you later.
See you soon, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Get your tongue out of my ear, Ian.
Peace
and love. And everybody in the chat, thank you. I'm sorry if I ignored you. Thank you, Mandy, and everybody. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm doing my acceptance speech. I have to thank everybody and the Queen of
He keeps doing his Queen of England impression, which is not really a good impression, but we won't tell him.
Well, no, we won't go there. No. No, indeed.
Oh, catching.
Pardon?
I keep catching my lip on the side of my metal hook thing in my mouth.
That's not very good.
Weird.
Yeah,
it keeps nipping, but like the catching. So I've got like a lump now where it keeps catching, but yeah, that was a bit weird.
Was that rhetorical?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Right. I'm just going to move right on then.
I would. It's probably good for you.
Which one is that? It's not me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Part-time office job.
Louis says his impression sounds like a drunk woman from Boston.
Well, yeah.
We weren't saying that, were we?
No.
Hi, Hadrian. Just coming home from your part-time office job. Okay, cool. Hope you've got the rest of the day off now. Whatever time it is there.
Where was Hadrian again? Sorry, I put you on the spot.
No, I was saying Connecticut in my head. It's in America somewhere. Connecticut? Right. I might be wrong. If I am, I apologize. I'm really bad.
I must admit, Connecticut's one of those places that you look at, when you spell it out, and you write it, it just doesn't look right. You know what I mean?
Hey, I was right. She is. She's in Windsor, in Connecticut.
There you go. You see.
Windsor is like where the Queen lives, but in England, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there's a Manchester in America as well.
Yeah. There's probably a few places like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But did they say Manchester? Manchester. Birmingham. Yeah.
Green eggs and ham. Apologies for anybody we've just offended or upset in the chat, by the way, that may be American.
Yeah, sorry, we have really bad accents.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 7 p.m. there.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. I know this depends because I don't have a clue which bit's so it's like Eastern, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that's a different time to.
Oh, I've been there. I still get confused.
Yeah. And then trying to work out how much difference that is between here and there. So it's 5 hours between here and Connecticut.
Connecticut.
It is 5 hours, isn't it?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, between 7 and 5.
like added up there.
Well done. Glad your game was in game. Mine wasn't. We need to go for a lie down, I think.
Do you know the film Arsenic and All Lace? The film is based on a true story and the events happen 3 blocks down the road here in Windsor.
I don't know the film, to be
I
honest.
don't know that film either. Arsenic and All Lace. Sounds like some sort of murder though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it sounds older given like Arsenic and All Lace.
Yeah, like a 70s.
Yeah.
Sort of
60s or
Kojak
70s.
sort of era.
Yeah, not like recent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Sylvia knows it. An old black and white classic. A crime comedy. Has it got anybody like famous in that would know? I mean, we're so like young that we wouldn't know, would we?
No, you're completely right, Lainey. It's not off in the arms, but you are completely right. No, what I was going to say was, did you just call Fauna Sylvia?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because that's her name.
Yeah, but
what?
But that's not how I've just.
Yes, I know, but that's for Facebook.
Right.
Oh, it's got Jimmy Stewart in. I love Jimmy Stewart. Might have to look that up then.
Night, Mandy.
Good night, Mandy.
Or other Mandy. What are we calling you this week?
I don't know which Mandy she was.
Yeah,
I love It's a Wonderful Life. I love it. It's like one of my favourite films.
What was the name of the rabbit?
What, in Wonderful Life?
Yeah. I know. I'm thinking of.
I was thinking, where's the rabbit?
No, I'm thinking of. Oh crap! Well, I'm always thinking of crap, but no. Oh, I can see the flipping thing and all.
Peter Rabbit?
No. Oh, it's going to do it now.
It's not Jimmy Stewart, it's Cary Grant. From 1944. Oh, wow. Alice in Wonderland, Porky says.
Nope.
Nope.
Harvey.
Is that big?
Yes.
Rabbit?
Yes. No, not Fatal Attraction. That's a different kind of rabbit, Chrissy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Harvey.
Shine on Harvey Moon.
I didn't like that program. He used to freak me out.
What, Harvey?
Harvey Moon.
Oh no, I like Shine on Harvey Moon.
No, I couldn't stand it. He used to freak me out.
It
was give me the creeps. That and that weird program with the dancing at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. Tales of the Unexpected, was it, or something?
Yeah, that wasn't even the right song there, but I know I remember.
Yeah, I got it anyway, man.
Oh, that was Jimmy Stewart, My Friend Harvey.
Yeah, he was invisible, wasn't he?
So have you just spoiled it now? You need to watch it because I know he's invisible. I'm not likely to be watching it anyway, but it sounded good, didn't it?
Right. I think right is the only answer to that. Incidentally, I've just had a message from the person we were talking about who's explained the situation.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Right, okay.
Sylvia.
I mean, you know, it doesn't take much. It doesn't.
It's not even that, is it? It's Gloria, but I'm singing Sylvia. Anyway.
What were you singing? All right.
I was crying.
You will be if you keep singing. Yeah. So, so do you feel? What's the word I'm looking for? Obviously, you're going to be nervous, but do you feel that you've got to go out again and you're not going to let it hold you back?
Yeah.
Because I should hate for you to feel that, you know.
I would lose everything, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like, or if I, because Laura was like, well, I'll come with you, like, today and stuff. And then I was kind of like, and we'll just go around the doors. That's what she said. And I was like, I went out before she came because she was coming for 3, and I went out at 1 because I just thought if I rely on someone to come with us every time, I'll always rely on someone to come with us, and I don't want to get to that stage because it takes away my independence. So,
it's a little bit, and I'm not trying to take it away from you, but it's a little bit like a car accident, isn't it? And I know you don't drive, but
yeah,
it's a little bit like a car accident where if you leave it and don't, you know, I'm not going to drive, and you know, I'll go from it. People tend not to go back. Whereas if people, you know, pardon the expression, get back on the horse, as it were, you know, and get on, you know, it's one of them. But I appreciate, obviously.
It's just the sort of thought, like, what if I'd have been in the middle of a road? What if I'd have been on a bank?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, like it's those thoughts kind of thing.
Yeah.
No,
I get that. I understand that.
And obviously, I can't dwell on the what ifs. You know what I mean? Thankfully, it was just in the park, and that was bad enough. I think it was partly more the like whole, you know, pass from pillar to post, like, you know, ringing up, didn't know who to ring, trying to sort something out, and that all of that. That's really hard because it shouldn't be like that. It should be simple, in my view. But it's not. And I try to explain things, and then they were like, yeah, but we'll just send an ambulance, and then we'll see what we can do, and we can do it from there. I was like, that's just a waste of an ambulance to me, because an ambulance can't do anything and can't help us. Do you know what I mean? I mean, the only thing that I would have thought was then they might have sort of had more sway with regards to like getting the fire brigade there or whatever. Do you know what I mean? If that was the case. But yeah. Yeah, I know, Sylvia. That's why I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And
as you say, you know, you look at what you'd be losing, your photography and seeing all the animals and birds that you see, and
I mean, when I made the complaint, they said that if I phone up and I'm a bit worried, then I can get them to come out and check it. And I thought, I mean, you obviously feel guilt because if you wouldn't be offering these sort of things. Do you know what I mean?
To be honest, I would get them to come out and do it anyway.
I mean, I've made. I mean, he's glued it. He not only screwed it in, but he's glued it in as well, and he then hammered it over the top of the thing so that it shouldn't come out. But then he tightened all the other ones up as well. But like I said this to Lex earlier, I'm not sure if you were there at this point, but I said I'd rather, if I'd known she'd put it on wrong, if I'd known she'd missed the screw, for instance, and just put the cover cap over, then I'd feel better about it in a way, because I'd think, well, it was, you know, she'd clearly missed that off. But it's because I think, well, because we couldn't find the screw, like, you know what I mean? There wasn't anything round it. There was nothing on the way back, and they both walked back the way that, well, we came back the way I went as well. But before that, Laura's girlfriend had walked all the way back and looked to see if she could find the cover cap and the screw, and there was nothing there. So, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, what's done is done. And
I mean, they were like, "Are you injured or anything like that?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I'm not injured." I was really distressed at the time because I couldn't get it sorted, and I says, obviously, I was aching a bit because I tense, you know what I mean. But I says it's the fear, it's the fear of the confidence, and I says I've literally went right along, you know, to suit the lighthouse from here, like 5 miles in it, like, and now I feel like, you know, I'm worried about going 10 minutes away because it's up and down a bank and across the main road.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, David's a bit useless at things like that. As much as I love him to bits, he's not very. I was going to say manly, but that's not the right word.
Well, I mean, to be fair, mechanical. Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
yeah, he's very mechanical, and he doesn't really know things. It was like when I the first thing I did was ring him, and it probably was the worst thing I could have done because he's no good in a situation. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them people who just doesn't have a clue what to do, and like, and then I don't know why I rang him first. It was just like, you know, and then I thought he says, well, what do you wants to do? What do I do? Kind of thing, and I went, I don't know, because there's no plan or whatever. So I said, well, I'll ring. I says, I'll ring adult services, which it was through adult services that put us through to wheelchair services that got us the wheelchair. So I says, I'll ring them and then see if they can advise us. So I obviously told them, and they were like, just, well, you know, it's nothing we can help with or anyone. You've just got to get your family and friends to help you. And I'm like, but the wheels come off. Like, I don't get my family and friends to help us. So
it just annoys me. There must be something in place somewhere, some company or something. You know what I mean?
That's the damn thing, isn't it?
I mean,
it's like, as Chrissy's saying, ask them to come chat it again and ask about breakdown cover, but they don't offer breakdown cover because, as far as I'm aware, and I am so grateful for it, and that's the one thing I don't want to come across as being like, you know, it's kind of there's 3 things of looking at it. There's the thought of like people just going, oh well, it's your own fault, it's your size, it's, you know what I mean, if you weren't
funny lady,
but no, but like that's you know, judgment that people do, you know, it's your own fault. If you weren't as big as you were, you wouldn't need as big of a wheelchair, you wouldn't be as heavy, and therefore it would have been easier to move. But I still don't think that anyone could have moved it, even if I'd have been without the wheel, even if I'd have been of a normal size, right? Whatever normal is. But I don't think anyone could. So there's that side of it. So like fighting it and arguing about it makes us feel a little bit like it's putting myself out there. And I've had to do it before. I had to do it with the ambulance because I was missing appointments, but that's a different story. And sort of putting myself out there again. But I kind of think, well, someone else in my situation, and granted, it's not going to happen every day. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not one of them things, but it is a possibility, and there's nothing in place. And yes, I am so grateful that the lent is the wheelchair because it's given us like a massive lease of life, you know what I mean? And yes, they do check it over every whatever, and obviously I've just had to have the wheels done. But if she'd have fixed that wheel on properly, that shouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have happened because there was literally a week to the day that she did the wheels. So something wasn't done right.
Nothing's happened as you say, in 3 years or whatever the time scale was. You know, nothing's happened before.
I'm like, I've had the wheelchair for 3 years. Mostly the last 18 months where I've used it like much more, like as I've been building up and stuff. And not had any issue until obviously I needed the wheels replacing, the tyres replacing, because the wheels are still there, you know what I mean? It's the same wheel that they put on, they just replace the tyre. until she did that, and whether, like I said, she didn't have the screw or she didn't put it in, she didn't glue it in, maybe it's meant to be glued in and she didn't do that, I don't know. Whatever she didn't do, he wasn't going to sort of say, you know, he gave us our name though, because I didn't know her name, but I'm guessing she's the only woman there. So maybe that was why, in the sense of, he said, do you know who it was? And I said, it was a lady. And he went, Paula. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? But he took pictures and he said he's put a full report in, and it's gone to their bosses and someone else and whatever. And obviously, you know, but like, it's just I want it to not hold us back. Do you know what I mean? Because it'll change my life again if that were the thing. So I've got to like pass myself through it. I've got to go through how I feel. You know what I mean? And I mean, you know, in sitting in the park when I was by myself, you know, I'm not going to say I didn't cry a few times. You know what I mean? Trying to keep yourself calm, but then also being passed about.
You shouldn't feel bad for that.
Yeah, but also being passed about, because then you come off the phone thinking, well, nobody wants to help us and I'm stuck here and I can't help myself, and it's the worst feeling in the world. Like when you can't help yourself like that, you feel so utterly useless, and it's horrendous. And obviously, you know, there's nothing I could do. I was just stuck there, you know, like, and I was trying to ring and I was trying to keep calm, and I could feel like the you know, the pressure in your chest when you start to get anxious and stuff. And I was like sort of like trying to sort of calm myself down and stuff. But yeah, it was mad. Sylvie says, you drive yourself mad with what ifs, Lenny.
Yeah.
It's the first time ever and you got through it, another hurdle overcome. Yeah, I agree with that, but I think it just makes it more real, because before it was always just a thought that came up in my head that I could then go, don't be stupid, you know what I mean? But like now it's a bit more, oh shit, like that is a possibility. It's not the fact that, like, I am thankful for where it happened in a sense, because obviously I was in the park and not in some, you know, not in the middle of a road, as it were, or some really busy area, because I would have felt so much worse, you know. But that's the thing. It's like when I had to fight about the ambulance thing, like I felt so like different, you know what I mean? Because of it, and like my district nurse, who was always been lovely, she was like, you're just, you know, it's meant for everyone, and you're just as important, and it's, if they're not covering you, then they're letting you down, you know what I mean? That's not on you, you know. And I always remember her saying stuff like that. So yeah, it's strange.
But you know, you said yourself recently, you know, you look how far, you know, since the beginning of YouTube, how far you've come on. You know, I mean with YouTube, and you know, I'm not trying to belittle what's happened. You know, I know it's huge.
No, and I mean there was a bit of us yesterday that was kind of like trying not to. I mean, I ended up having a takeaway yesterday. I had the worst food, probably. I'm not going to dwell on it again, but like I was meant to have a better week this week, but that's not likely to happen. But having said that, I had to sort of talk myself back up as well, because I was thinking, you know, and I knew I was going to wash my hair this morning, but then also I thought it's also a way of not going out. And then when she came back, I was so tempted to just say, I'll just go out tomorrow, whatever. You know what I mean? And then I thought, no, because you'll just always be like, I'll go out tomorrow or whatever, and it's not gonna work. I've got to like learn to trust it again. And so yeah. I went out in my wheelchair hydrant, and the wheel came off, and I was kind of stuck there for about 2.5 hours while the and ahs about what was going to be happening, and passed us from pillar to post. Eventually sent the guys out who put me wheels on, which they only did a week ago, and he put it back on with the help of my daughter and my daughter-in-law, essentially. Yeah, and I mean, the guy said, he said I've sent all the reports off and everything, and said that my daughter's help was invaluable, and I was like, well, yeah, because you couldn't have done it on your own. You know what I mean? She said he's hoping this incident will help them rethink their action policy for people who find themselves in a similar situation in the future. Yeah, I hope so, Sylvia, because it can't be the only person that this happens to, or similar, thing happens to. So it just, yeah. And I mean, it could have been far worse, Like I said, I could have been in the middle, because I debated about going to Tesco, so I nearly went to Tesco to get some fluffy socks. So I didn't end up doing, but I nearly did. So luckily, I didn't go. I thought, oh, I'll just end up spending loads of extra money, and I'll not go, because I'm meeting my friend there tomorrow. So I thought, oh well, I'll not go today. I'll just wait till the Wednesday, because I'll only end up spending more money than I needed to. So that's what I thought. So it was a bit, yeah. And that's kind of what I'm fighting, like at the minute. Also got response back from the hospital with my dad's thing, but I haven't managed to talk to you about that, have I yet?
No. Well, I'm back now, so
yeah. And there's some elephants.
There's some elephants. You're still thinking about that cleft chin, aren't you? I know what you're thinking about.
There's some elements that I'm not happy with on that. Like, the element is probably the wrong word.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Sylvia's saying that there's a company called Fish Insurance for powered wheelchair insurance. No idea of the prices, but things are out there. But the wheelchair doesn't belong to me, so I don't know. Where that
whether that company would be allowed to touch or recover you or repair it if it's there.
Yeah, because essentially it doesn't belong to me. Now, I think the wheelchair services is done via the NHS, I assume, because Ross Care, who were the company who are supposed to keep the maintenance up of the wheelchair, who obviously didn't do it right, they said that the reason they couldn't come to me roadside initially was because that's what they said, that they couldn't come out to us because I was outside and I was in the wheelchair, and they weren't insured for that. They were only insured to look at the wheelchair when I wasn't in it, and if it was in the house. So he had to get clearance, which took a couple of attempts from his bosses to come out to us. But I was like, if you don't come put the wheel back on, be it that you can, and it's not broke, he says, because I'll have to assess the situation to make sure that nothing's, like the axle or whatever, or I don't know what the words are, to make sure that those things aren't broken or anything, to make sure that he could put it back on, because obviously if he couldn't, would have been in a whole different other situation. But he could, and so it was fine.
Anyway, you're doing the right thing. You're getting back out there. You're not letting it deter you. You're getting on with it. which I think is the right thing to do, because you know by stopping.
And that's what I mean. It's like, I don't want to come across ungrateful, because I'm not. And not in the slightest bit. But at the same time, if this is like meant for everyone, it needs to be able to help everyone and like work for everyone, and not just like, you know. No, because I don't have anything via mobility, like scooter wise or wheelchair. I just have the wheelchair via the NHS thing, which, well, wheelchair services is, I assume, NHS related, because he said, and I didn't know that, to be honest. I thought it might have been like council related. So yes, I'm gonna go meet my friend, and then on Thursday I'm gonna go down Roker Park, which again is, I mean, Roker Park is like just over 20 minutes away, 21 minutes, but it's down a few banks and things, and so yeah. But I just gotta face it, I know, because otherwise I'll just never leave the house, and I can't be doing that. And I'm hoping, the more it's okay, the more confidence I'll build back up again. So
you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight, but it's you're doing the right thing and getting out there. And
I know, because that's what I did before. You see, when things happened before, and something scared us or whatever, or made us feel uncomfortable or whatever, I would hide away further and further, and I can't do that. I can't go back there. So, and this is my only way. The wheels are my only freedom. You know what I mean? I feel like I went a bit like Braveheart there. But that's
Come
what.
on, let's get the short paint out. We'll do your face blue and white. Come on.
Yeah. And like I said to Lex, I think if I'd known to dismiss the screw, I'd feel better, because, like I said, because they've screwed it on now, that it makes us think. And like, he's glued it, so it shouldn't come out. But you do just have that fear, didn't you? But what I might do is I might get them to check it again. Like, might as well take advantage of the service that they're offering now.
Yeah.
Weirdly, didn't offer that before, but still.
Well, exactly. Yeah, which just goes to prove they know they've
fucked up. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that whole thing was like, well, are you injured? And I was like, well, no. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, excuse me, burping online.
Anyway, I think we shall shut this down, because it's like 25 to 1.
Yeah, and it's been a long week.
Yeah, it has. And somewhere in the chat up is the link to Louise and Louis' auction. And even if you're still awake at 2 o'clock, I think he said it was on 2 o'clock our time. If you're still awake, then it's something to have on in the background or whatever.
I'm not sure I'll be awake by 1, to be honest.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel really tired. Even though I've got hiccups, but I feel really tired. Like my eyes are tired, as it were.
Your eyes.
Yeah. So, anyway, thank you to everyone who's still here.
Yeah.
Thank you to Ian for joining me, and to Lex, who was here earlier, and to Louis, who was here briefly. As I said before, my lives are now monthly, so I'll see you the Saturday live at the end of the month.
Can I just interrupt you? I'm going to say it live on the internet. I can't believe what you said about me. You don't see him because he's behind me.
So it just came in my head, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know me.
Really, yeah.
It just
not quite as bad as Cinderella, but yeah. I mean, it's in that ballpark.
If it comes into my head, it comes out of my mouth. That's usually
Oh,
the
yeah,
worst.
we have noticed. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah, that would be really cool. Hygiene and Brendan and I might be doing Chatty Tuesday on a Tuesday. Well, this is Chatty Tuesday.
Well, it's not going to be a Wednesday, is it? You daft ass.
Thanks, son, for reminding me. But yeah, where did I put the keys? That would be really cool. We'll sort something out.
Yeah.
And I've lost my keys. Oh, they're there. That's fine. So thank you, everyone, and good night, and we shall see you later. Bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.
See if it says have a